My mother booked the next door cruise room for our honeymoon without permission.
Oh, she's going to be hearing all kinds of stuff she shouldn't be.
She's putting her ear to that door. My fiance, 27, and I, 22, or future husband?
Future husband.
My future husband, 27, and I, 22, are getting married next year on a 4-day cruise. Marriage in international waters. I've literally never been more excited in my life. Not only will I be marrying the man of my dreams, but we will get to enjoy a long and luxurious honeymoon right after. By the way, this comes from Leather Job, 1154. What are you going to get into on that cruise?
They got
take out the whips.
It's the leather cruise.
The leather crew.
Mom, trust me, this is not your cruise.
Get the gimp suit out, mama.
Oh, no.
On r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, for context, we have booked a consecutive cruise right after our wedding cruise for our honeymoon. 2 cruises, bickety-backety, wickety-wackety.
That's commitment to a lifestyle.
That's a lot of cruising.
This is cruise lifestyle.
That's cruise city. It's like those 70-year-olds that instead of going to a retirement home just did back-to-back cruises until they died.
These people live on a cruise.
They live on a cruise. So we wanted to have our own time because we both find socializing quite exhausting. So we know that the 4 days after the wedding will be very demanding for us both, and it won't feel like much of a honeymoon. All right? Both of our families can be quite overwhelming and maybe a little bit invasive, it seems like, and stressful to be around in short doses. So we are very prepared for the challenge. What I was not prepared for was my mother telling me she booked her ticket and she asked the cruise company to book her room right next to ours.
Ugh.
Why? On the honeymoon, no less.
I would call the cruise company and be like, I'll pay you double the price to somehow lose her ticket.
Oh, gross. Important points. My mom has history of doing things like this to me. Like what? I am not a physicist, but I have done.
You
need physics in this one.
No physicist.
This guy's Bones from the Star Trek movie. I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
But I've done a lot of research into mental health and mental health disorders. All right. I feel like maybe these are just like 2 separate points of information, right? I'm not a physicist.
Maybe they meant to say physician.
Or psychiatrist.
Yeah,
probably.
Just anything where you're a doctor. You could be a doctor of physics.
No. I think he wants us to know that he doesn't know how like Newton's laws work.
And he's both unfamiliar with neutrons and mental health. Okay.
I think my mother presents as a textbook covert narcissist. As you can imagine, this has made my relationship with her extremely challenging and strained. My dad and her divorced when I was 7, and she still, to this day, holds a massive grudge and puts him down whenever possible. I unfortunately lived with her. She abused me my whole life, and I had to move out just before I was 16. The final straw was when she tried to force me to sleep on a dirty mattress on the floor when I had 2 perfectly good beds.
I'm going to need explanations as to why that happened.
Those are for guests. You know, you got to have your guest bed and your backup guest bed.
You get like the rotten cartoon bed that's it's like out of an episode of SpongeBob.
Or like that one scene in Charlie the Chocolate Factory when there's like 10 people in that buckling bed inside Charlie's little room.
Which, never forget, Uncle Joe, he was running a scam on those people.
He was running a scam.
As soon as they won that contest, he was right out of bed.
Yeah. Oh, I can't work. Oh, suddenly I can jump for joy.
And I can tap dance too. Look at me go.
This was all because my dad took me to see his sister after several years, who my mom hates. So punishment, no bed for you.
So there is no real explanation other than we have the hatred bed that you sleep in if I don't like you today.
We've had many attempts at amending the relationship, but every time it goes the same. She says she'll treat me better. She'll change. And then once I forgive her, she goes back to her usual ways. She's very good at using the things she's learned in therapy and self-help books to justify her effed up actions.
Oh, no, yeah.
I hate that.
Weaponizing self-help to know exactly where they're going to come at you.
I hate that.
You have your deflection prepared ahead of time.
Yeah, it's like, she's being confronted with the truth and she's like, gaslighting.
She's becoming too powerful.
Yeah, dude. She has all the buzzwords. She always plays the victim and uses every trick in the narcissist handbook to get out of taking accountability. Sounds like a book you might need to read so you can reverse her Uno cards on her.
You guys are two like gaslight wizards learning spells. Like
I'm imagining like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing where it's like, and I put down this card and then it reverses your triple garbage attack.
Yeah.
So I also never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm really
they've got one of those.
That's pretty spot on actually for not seeing Yu-Gi-Oh.
I summon my Karibo.
Slifer, the Sky Dragon.
What's the guy that you had to have a bunch of cards to assemble?
Exodia.
Yeah,
of course. Exodia.
She always seems to enjoy crossing my boundaries. For example, when we had her over to our house for the night just before bed, I spilled something on my shirt and I had to take it off and put it in the laundry, leaving me fully exposed from the waist up. OP, where is this going?
Whoa. Okay.
Stepmom. I had, except it's real mom, I had asked her to go into her room / not look. Don't look at me. As I ran upstairs because I was not comfortable with my mother seeing me nudie booty as an adult.
So I'm confused. You don't understand how to make it so people can't see you getting changed?
Close the door.
Yeah, go into a room? Go somewhere? I don't think this might be.
He's like, go into your room. I'm going to be nude out here. Don't look. Please don't look.
I'm changing in the communal area. Everyone to their quarters immediately.
Avert your gaze, but stay right here. Instead, she tried to watch me.
What?
Why?
What?
It was so weird and violating. It was only thanks to my partner insisting that she stop and go to her room that she didn't. This freaked both my future husband and I out, but she played it off like she was joking. I was joking. I didn't want to actually cop a peek unless you wanted me to.
I mean, I could see making that joke if someone really that's such a weird situation for both parties.
Weird.
Why does mom want to see you?
Also, just
I just want to see how things have changed since you were a baby. I just want to update, check for any moles that might be there.
I just want to see if you have any suspicious moles on your body.
I also want to see, are you like your father?
And I also want to see, what it do.
What it do?
OP, get changed in a bathroom, for God's sakes. What are we talking about?
Your mom's weird. Ick. Secret Walter says that is really gross. That is the one secret that is not present. This is openly secret. This is gross. This is an open secret. This freaked both my future husband out, but she played it off. Although I will very likely take a break from talking to her after my wedding, I still want her there. Maybe just don't tell her where you'll be changing and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Some of my reasons are related to the fear that my mom's side of the family will not attend if I exclude her. Her family is very supportive of her. Her mother is exactly the same, if not worse, and they all still include her. But I mostly still hold a little hope that one day she will get better, and I don't want to regret not having her there for such a special day. I also do care about how she feels, and I feel like excluding her would crush her. 2, my future husband and I were very careful not to tell her or anyone else our room number as we were trying to avoid this exact situation. Maybe she just wants to give pointers on the wedding night, like a football coach saying all right, you got to do the Hail Mary play. It's all right, no, a little bit to the left. Swing those hips.
Yeah, she's just like, don't worry. She might be a narcissist because she's giving off the vibes of I know how to do that the best.
I know how to do that the best.
She's watching her change.
Earpiece, and I'll make sure it's done right.
It's so weird.
Weird.
And you need to have a game plan as to how to skirt around all of these weird behaviors.
Yeah. I think OP is a woman. Yes, OP is a woman. Sorry for the misgender. If I did that, but yeah, OP is
it's her mom.
22, and it's her mom. So my future husband and I were very careful not to tell her or anyone else our room number, as we were trying to avoid this exact situation. If I could, I would have gone the whole trip without giving her my room number, because she has demonstrated time and time again she has no respect for me as a person, and she goes out of her way to cross my boundaries. So she has clearly gotten the cruise line to give out our information. In hindsight, yes, we should have made it clear to the cruise company that our room number was not to be given out under any circumstances. I feel like that's some kind of like violation, like a HIPAA law, even though it's not medical. But like,
what is the HIPAA Association for Cruises?
Yeah. I feel like I really feel like they should just be giving out room numbers to anyone that asks.
Well, I guess once their last names line up, they start to ease up pretty quick, I would assume. That's got to be why, because it's her mom.
That's true.
They're like, I'm her mom. And they're like, okay, well, I guess.
But I honestly never thought that anyone would do something like this. It's honestly so creepy and disturbing that she would even want to be in the room next to us on our wedding night / honeymoon.
Yes.
When she brought it up, I expressed my discomfort, and she told me I was being stupid. The walls are soundproof. I checked.
This is weird behavior. This is very weird.
She's like, honey, your father and I booked the same cruise, and your grandmother was on the other side of that wall. She tried her best, but she didn't hear a thing. And I guarantee you, you're not louder than me and your dad. She's like, Mom, no! Ah! You just melt away into you're atomized by awkwardness.
It's like that one scene in Indiana Jones where like,
yeah, when they touch the wrong holy grail.
The cruise people wanted us all to be in the same area, and I should just suck it up because I am having a separate honeymoon cruise after, and I should spend the first cruise with her anyway because she's making such a big effort to come. And to help you come, I guess, too. My partner's family.
I can't even save that. Even if I say on the cruise, it's like, yeah. I think, you know what? Low key, like, there's some theories in the chat. I'm still hung up on, like, she wouldn't leave when you were changing. And I feel like it might be a narcissist thing where it's like, because you were telling her what to do, she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like the logical part of her brain was like, I should just leave. But then like the illogical narcissist that was like, she's trying to tell you what to do. What are you going to let her boss you around?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. She just weird. This is weird lady. Weird lady.
I don't like it one bit. VTRC 2566 says, that is kind of gross. I would never want to know what goes on in the intimate part of my family's lives.
Yeah.
Alyssa M. Gonzalez says, I would just book a brand new different honeymoon cruise without telling a mother-in-law. I think they are having a different honeymoon cruise, but this cruise is where they're getting married, and the first day of their like honeymoon, they're going to still be on that cruise.
Yeah.
And so on the first cruise, they're going to be with the mother-in-law, not the next one. But still, ick.
Very icky.
So my partner's family and my dad have both booked on different floors and said the cruise company never mentioned anything about wanting all the guests to be together. Like, duh. Also, I have no problem with spending time with our guests on our wedding cruise. We are so grateful that they are all joining us, but I don't want the expectation that my partner and I will give up all alone time right after we get married. Is this something that the cruise company should be responsible for fixing? I don't even know if they are able to move someone's room once they have paid for it. I understand that it's probably not normal to want your mother to know your room number, and that she probably made it seem like we have a loving, close relationship, but they should not have given my information out. Yeah, they totally shouldn't. That's on them.
That is true. I wonder if that's like a breach of contract.
I think it is. It's a breach of confidentiality at the very least.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we cannot change rooms as we booked a deluxe suite. Ooh. Extra padding on those walls so no one can listen in. And there are no more available, by the way. We're always available for you to join us live on YouTube and Facebook every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. And we're probably live right now, so just tap our profile. There's another relevant update, Dakota, but what do you think is the solution for when your mother wants to listen in on your sweet honeymoon lovemaking right after you get married.
I think
Get as loud as possible. I'm sorry. I had to interject. Get as loud as possible. Make it as weird as possible.
That's what she wants. She
No,
wants
make
to
it weirder.
hear.
Is that what
Make
she
it
wants?
weirder.
She wants to hear.
Make it weirder.
Obviously.
I think
it's already weird. She wants to hear.
Give mom tips. I don't know.
You need to like either your first avenue needs to be trying to like strong arm the cruise line into being like, hey,
Agreed.
I know you gave out my information, which is like first you need to figure out if they shouldn't do that or if they can't do that, and
They
then
can't do that.
yeah. So then press them on that and be like, because you did that, I'm either going to lawsuit you for the cost of my ticket, or y'all can move her somewhere else, or move us somewhere else, or give us a free cruise at a different time. And if that doesn't work, then you have to go like Ocean's 13 style, like on your, I don't know if anyone knows this scene where it's like they stink bomb somebody out of their room. You have to like make her experience miserable
So
enough
bad.
to where she just wants to get out of that room. But really, that's not super realistic.
Call the cruise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cruise.
Or
You really think the cruise is gonna accommodate one party?
Well, I think all right. If there's two people with the deluxe rooms, why don't they could just switch? And I think it'll.
Well, didn't they just say that was like one of the last ones or something like that?
Well, yeah, but like it's one of the last ones available. But someone who's already gotten that room could just switch with OP, and then
yeah,
they would-
yeah, exactly. You just move her down
Yeah.
like one
yeah,
or
I think it'll be
two, like.
fine.
But
Or
and this is
3.
OP's mom.
OP's mom.
This
yeah,
is OP's
and so
mom.
it's the husband's mother-in-law.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's really, I think OP needs to, if all else fails, what you definitely need to do is tell your mom that after this trip, like you are going no contact because of her consistent lack of respect regarding your boundaries and your wishes as a adult.
Yeah.
Like, this is the day after you're on like a wedding cruise with your new husband, and your mom wants to be in the room right next to you.
I mean, that's super weird. I feel like I have a hard time putting down a hard and fast, like permanent walls. And so I would say like, hey, we would have limited contact or low contact. I don't know if I would go no contact all the way.
Not permanent no contact, but definitely like I am not
taking a
speaking
break.
to you. Yeah,
We're taking a break.
that way. Yes, that's the better way to put that.
Darlene has a poll suggestion: loud, spicy sleep or not? Keon,
Do you really want that poll?
I want that poll. I want to hit that poll.
You want that poll?
Want to hit that poll. I want to hit that poll like a
Something
Midwest,
hitting the.
hottie
Let me set the
pin for
poll.
college.
There we go.
Let me set that
something
poll.
like
One
that.
second.
There you go. Water horse.
Water horse.
Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing that out
Just
there.
throwing a water horse out there.
Water
I'm gonna be
horse.
loud.
But we got a little bit more of this update.
I'm putting loud spicy.
Loud, spicy, or silence. Anyway, I also think talking to her about it will do nothing. Oh, wait. I also don't think talking to her about it will do anything.
Yeah.
I already tried to address it when she brought it up, and she completely dismissed me and my concerns. Like I said, she is amazing at playing the victim and redirecting. She keeps throwing the fact that she is paying to attend the wedding in my face. And yeah, if she's attending the wedding, she gets to attend all parts of that holy matrimony.
Yeah. Apparently, I didn't
including
know that.
consummation. You know,
Yeah.
that's the most important part. You know, you got to consummate the marriage, and you got to have a witness.
It's like, I just want to make sure that you know what you're doing.
Yeah. You know, we didn't have like the full on talk. You know,
Yeah.
the full on demonstration.
I'm trying to make sure your marriage is as healthy as
This
possible.
is out of love. This is out of love. This is out of love.
Truly.
She keeps throwing the fact that she's paying to attend the wedding in my face and saying I should be more grateful. I could go into the conversation prepared and less shocked, but I feel like it just ends in a big fight and no solution. I'm willing to just suck it up if it comes to it, but I thought I would come here to hopefully get some advice and reassurance that I'm not crazy for not wanting to share a wall with my mother on my honeymoon. I think we can all agree that Opie is not crazy.
Did you see this
But in
poll?
Opie
terms
is
of
not.
what chat thinks, chat says loud spicy. Inez Gutierrez says be loud and proud with 49 votes to 5
You know
votes.
what? It's your honeymoon. Get as loud as possible. This is your night. This is your time.
You know,
This is
forget about
time
your
to
mom
shine.
listening. Or you know what? Maybe that helps, you know?
different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes for different folks. Yeah.
I think regardless, though, I mean, look, I wouldn't be super comfortable doing that. So if you're too uncomfortable to even enjoy each other, like there, I think the move is to like make it like a joke or so it's like just figure out like a way to like bang the headboard against the wall and like just say stuff where
make
it'd be
whale
like
sounds.
Like somebody in the chat was like, make the husband needs to just like scream "mommy" as loud as he can.
God.
And animal
like,
noises.
That's what she wants, though.
Does she?
Does she?
wants that.
Imagine she doesn't though, and she'll just go, "Oh my God, you guys need to."
Or they won't get any sleep.
I don't know.
They won't get any sleep. And you're like, we told you so. And you're like, oh, it won't be loud enough.
But we have so much evidence that this mom is just like, I want to know everything going on with my
I
daughter.
really don't know if that's what that was.
What?
I think it was more of the narcissistic, like she could not let
just likes
go
control.
of somebody telling her one thing she had to do. Because she's like, can you please like turn around and not look at me?
Yeah.
And like the narcissist is going to be like,
no.
you can't say that. You're my daughter. I'm in charge of you.
I hope
And
that's
it's
it.
like,
I'm
that,
your mother.
I
kinda
think
thing.
that's what it is.
It's like, I'm your mother.
I'm
I can do
your
what I want to
mother.
do. Yeah.
Hello, Green Eye says, jump on the bed and make water horse noises.
yes,
I mean,
exactly.
horse noises.
Yeah, you fake it. You fake a very loud, cartoonishly insane.
And then don't fake it.
And then don't fake it.
It's your honeymoon.
It's
That's
your honeymoon.
neither here nor there.
But
technically, that's the next cruise. Is the honeymoon?
that's true. Well,
This
no,
is
but
still
they
the wedding
still have
cruise.
a day of the moon on the first cruise after they get married. It's like married, and then they got like a day, I think, or something like that. But we got some donos to read. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Lovely to have you. Lovely to be here. Hello, all you beautiful people on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok.
And we've
all
got
around
some
the
new
world.
members.
We got
We've
some
got
new
lots of new
members. Do you
members.
wanna-
Shout out if you got a gifted membership.
Hey, put your hand up. Put your hands in the air.
Where the lurkers at? Where the new babies at?
We're going to read some of those donos. Allie Ray, new member of the Sticks. Welcome to the Knights. Frank the Pug, gifted 5 OK Storytime memberships,
Frank the Pug.
making the community grow a little bit more. Josephine
5
Madola
new
Bergquist
babies.
with the 27 Swedish kroner. Daddy Sam, Swedish Dakota, and Zaddy Keon. Yay!
Yay!
Heidi, a member for 8 months. Sam looks very spicy, sleepy in glasses.
There's nothing about
Spicy.
sleep in that. It just says spicy.
Spicy. I look
Spicy
spicy.
glasses.
I like a
Where did
little
the sleep come from?
spice. Well, because that's what we say.
He looks very
for that
spicy,
term.
sleepable.
Yeah. Bubbles
Yeah,
Marie,
okay.
thanks for becoming a night member. Kayla Walters, night member. A Hurt, night member. And Samantha Ann, welcome to the Knights. You know what you get when you become a Knight? You got Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Bang, bang,
member
bang.
only streams.
That's right.
Which is beautiful. A little small little community that you can all bond over.
Indeed, indeed.
Lori, thanks for the $20. Love you all. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Hey.
Thursday is a good day.
Happy Thursday to you, Lori.
Mm.
And to everyone, as you said.
Yep.
Thursdays are for
Here,
the stream.
I'm gonna sit
Truly.
up. I'm gonna sit up. I promise.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are for the stream.
Yep. And we got some donos on the dono link where YouTube doesn't take 30%. So thank you for making sure all your donos go to the show. Maggie, thanks for the $5. Love listening to you guys while I'm driving around looking for Christmas lights. Fun.
Nice.
A little festive.
I love looking at Christmas lights.
Anonymous has a private message for
Ooh.
us.
Let me see if I can-
Thanks for the $5. They say
Anonymous says,
Sam. You
No,
look
it's anonymous for a reason. It's anonymous. Don't say it.
It's a love letter to
Ooh,
Sam.
ooh, I'm gonna
Ooh.
keep that one silent. I know what to
Ooh.
wear next time on this show.
Aw.
Honestly, I do think like I think I look hot in that cow onesie. Honestly, I feel hot.
Moo.
Moo moo. Someone
Moo.
mooed at me. When was it Dakota, Sophia, and I went to get coffee this morning, and a lady like kind of mooed
A
at me.
crossing guard, which is like
crossing
the best
guard.
kind of random lady.
Mooed at me,
Wait,
and I was
Like,
like,
was it like just like a
Moo.
moo or
well,
like
she
a
said moo, and I said, moo.
He said, so you got to do the Mongolian throat singing.
Hannah, thanks for the 25 buckaroo.
Hannah,
that was
that's from yesterday,
That's
but
from
yesterday,
still.
but still.
You
shout
can
out
always
to
say
Hannah.
more shh to the Hannah.
Every time.
Every time. But that was yesterday.
I feel like I have to mention one thing really quick.
Before
I mention that.
Ornella, thanks for the $25. My first dono. Hey,
Oh.
yo. Love you guys. Thank you for the company as I suffer insomnia. And here it's almost 1 a.m. Love from Italy.
Much love to Italy.
Ciao.
Ciao, bella,
Yes.
ciao.
Ciao, Bella.
Do y'all really do this?
Oh.
Do people do this all the time, don't they? I heard
like
this is just like, this is like a
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
part of conversation.
Bibbidi-bobbidi. Also, Hannah donated $10.
Yeah, you said her
And
name.
There we go. Said her name, and there she is, being silent Hannah. You know how you do. Sam E, thanks for the $5. Say congratulations to Champions in Motion Wilson for winning gold on the cheer competition level 1. Also, level 2 through 6, they won gold. And the grand championships.
Oh.
Let's win state championships next month. They're
We're going
rising.
to state championships.
Rising through
Way
the
to go,
ranks.
Wilson.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Motion
Gold.
Wilson. Winning gold. We appreciate you guys.
Champions.
We got, I think,
Grand
one more
champions.
dono on the dono link. Danielle Johnson, welcome to the night. Swingles, member for 7 months. 7 months only. Dang. I feel like I've been fantasizing about the Pigeon Lord forever. Recently, it's more of a caked up pigeon. Oh,
Ooh.
dang.
Pigeon with the cake.
Cheeked up.
Pigeon with
Mix
the cake.
Mix, thanks for the 5 OK Storytime memberships. Josie Medola Berquist, thanks for the 27 Swedish kroner. What's y'all stream schedule gonna look like? You mean for break? We're going to be taking a break. We're gonna be out next week. But don't you worry your pretty little heads. There will still be daily uploads on the channel, so check those out. Although we won't be here in live, we will be here in spirit.
We will, indeed.
We will. So
We'll be there for your eyeballs.
Just know we love you, and we'll see you soon. And we got a little bit more. Do we got more that I gotta read
I think that
Nope,
might
I
be
think
all.
on the don't know on the YouTube YouTube. Yeah. Okay.
We're
that's good.
Gucci.
All right.
All right. Dakota, you had a very interesting thing to say.
There was just a
What are
thing
you,
I
Christopher
noticed
Walken?
yeah.
in the chat. Ming Ming did bring up that if the other neighbor on the cruise would be probably very annoyed
Oh yeah.
by all the noises, but I feel like you just do it to the one wall. If you stay far enough away from the other wall, it's probably not being affected. You're screaming through
Yeah,
one
true.
wall.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the cruise ships, like, I haven't been on a lot, but the ones I've been on, it's like you can't hear anything going on. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of ambient noise on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
So
I think you'll
just
be
putting it out there.
you'll
We wouldn't be
protected.
menaces to the strangers, only to the weird mother and mother-in-law.
Mhm. And also shout out Carl Weiss for the $2 my hubby's account. Consistently lurking, not thirsty.
Well, we appreciate your presence on your husband's account.
Galaxy Dream.
And welcome, Galaxy Dream.
Welcome to the Knights, growing the family,
Yes.
becoming a part of the Royal Army,
Tell
where you
us-
get Monday, Wednesday, Friday live streams for the members only.
Of which galaxies dost thy dream about?
Oh, that was a cute little blow.
Okay.
All right, we got a.
Yes, and everyone liked the stream.
Yeah, if you haven't liked the stream,
Because
what
we
are you
want to
doing?
spin the wheel.
You want to? Yeah, spin the
Oh,
wheel.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You pulled up the story?
Yes.
You have I adored my
I
stepfather.
yes, I do.
All
Yes,
right.
he does.
You
I
may
do.
Yes, technically it was Sam who did it. So, I adored my stepfather until his passing revealed a betrayal.
Did he come back as a ghost and confess his sins?
That's it. Very well
Very
could be
could
a
be.
Christmas story
Yeah, yeah.
type situation.
Little Scrooge and Ghosts of Christmas Past, Present, and Future.
Indeed. I've been saying indeed a lot.
Indeed,
I've been
indeed.
saying indeed a lot in the last couple of days. Growing up, I, female, 28, had a great relationship with my dad. He was my stepfather, but our family was blended well in that aspect, where we did not use the term step, and there was no contention over that. By the way, this comes from user Polite Pumpkin on the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
So cute.
Yeah, that name made me
I
smile.
love that.
Polite Pumpkin. There were other issues that nobody knew about at the time, though. That's not really relevant to this story. My second earliest memory is my parents sitting me down and telling me that I could call my father Dad if I wanted to.
Also, Vix Mix, we already saw your 5 gifted memberships. Don't worry, we did shout those out.
We did.
Yeah.
Shout out Vix Mix.
And Vix Mix,
our favorite lunch lady.
Appreciate you.
There was a 5-year. So they said I could call my father, who I'm assuming they're talking about the stepfather theoretically, but their father, Dad, if I wanted to. From that day on, he was my dad. We did everything together. There was a 5-year age gap between my brother and I, so while he was going through his teen years, I was still young enough to want to do everything with my parents.
Aww.
My mom, while not a bad parent, was kind of an absentee. It wasn't that she wasn't around, but she always had to be doing something. She never wanted to sit at home, but my dad was more than content to let me tag along wherever he was going.
Kind of like Elon Musk and his little kid X. Just like brings him to everywhere.
I haven't followed the Elon Musk progeny sort of.
Yeah, he ignores all of his other children, but he brings his one kid on his shoulders.
That is
He's
weird.
like
Doesn't he have like a
13
dozen
he has like a
other
ton-
kids?
Ton of kids.
So weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Shout out to Grimes.
One kid. Shout out that one kid.
we went everywhere together for the most part. His friends all knew me, and I'd regularly attend dinner parties and the like with them, as I wasn't old enough to be home alone. And even if I was, I wouldn't want to stay home with my brother for good reason.
Oh.
Ooh, all this to say that growing up, I was closer to my dad than my mom. He was my hero. I looked up to him, and I wanted to be just like him when I grew up.
Aw.
I thought that man walked on water.
I feel like when you're a kid, you always have like this rosy, beautiful idea of your parent. If you grow up like with like good, familial structure, often it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like my dad walks on water, and then there's a crumbling of that image.
Yeah, there always comes a point where you realize, oh, they're
You're a
not.
human.
They make mistakes.
I remember my
What is
dad
this?
and I had a fight when I was like 13, and this is like a direct quote, and I said, "Father, I thought you were a god, but now I know you're just a man." I literally my dad.
A direct quote.
Yeah, my dad always quotes that as
Wow.
like my
Dude, that's heavy.
yeah, dude,
Heavy. You gotta. Yeah, dude,
I
that's
was
good.
pissed.
I'm gonna use that on someone else at my earliest convenience. So, he and my mom had what I thought was a fairy tale relationship. They were what I wanted in the future with my partner. They never argued. The one time that they did argue was such a surprise that we were worried our parents would get divorced because it never happened.
Mm.
I guess that was the first time he showed that he could be sneaky and lie so easily. Oh, really?
The power of lying.
Does it count as lying if you just don't argue in front of the children? I don't know. That sounds like what OP is implying.
I don't know about that one.
I think, was that not what OP just implied?
Repeat that sentence.
Because we were worried they would get divorced because they never argued. I guess that was the first time he showed that he could be sneaky and lie so
No,
easily.
you don't want to bring your kids into your divorce conversation.
Yeah, it's not
like that.
gather around, kids. I'm about to yell at your mom. I
And
want you to
make
be in on
sure
it.
You choose sides.
This sounds all familiar.
Oh.
Oh, Keon, I want to give you a hug.
I thought that was supposed to be part of it.
Keon, I love you, Keon. Go give him a hug, Sam.
Aw, this is nice. Oh, this
Yeah.
is neat. Oh, he gives warm hugs.
Warm hugs.
Look at
just,
that.
Yeah. Just like Olaf. It's the second time you've dropped warm hugs
What's
today.
wrong with warm hugs?
I don't know.
Warm hug.
I can't tell you a single thing.
Good.
Picking up from sneaky lying accusations, though chronologically the reason I can't forgive my stepfather actually happened before this.
Oh, back in time.
This is just how things played out from my perspective. Anyway, he sent us to visit my grandparents across the country for the entire summer. He'd originally planned to come with us, but then couldn't get off work. At least that's what he claimed. When we got back, things seemed fine until we went to a family gathering and someone made a comment about my dad's cancer treatment. Cancer we had no idea about.
When do you
Ooh.
tell your children about your cancer? Because so far, like these lies feel more out of a desire to protect rather than a desire to like obfuscate and like punish or like malicious intent.
Yeah, I feel like we don't really have exactly how old OP was at this moment, but there is, I feel, an acceptable age range to keep that from your kids, depending on like the prognosis, etc.
What it's looking like.
And especially because this is technically, I know she refers to him as her real dad, but because they don't really share the genes, like it being a genetic factor where it's like you could inherit this from me, the fact that now that's not on the table either, I think it's perfectly fine to kind of keep that close to the vest. I mean, at some point it's going to come out as clearly as we can see, but I don't necessarily think that's a huge red flag.
Yeah. Danielle Johnson says, if they are young, it might be to protect them. That's kind of how I feel a little bit too. But yeah, we'd love to know what you guys think in chat.
What do you say that name was?
What name?
Danielle Johnson.
For some reason, I thought I heard that so weirdly.
Oh.
Like Danielle.
I probably could have said it weird. I often say things quite weird. Often.
Oh, you say some suspicious stuff.
I say some suspicious stuff.
We love it, though.
Thanks.
All right, getting back to it. He sent us away without telling us his diagnosis while he got treatment and suffered alone. My mom was pissed, and now, as a married woman, I would be shattered if my husband didn't feel like he could turn to me for support in a situation like that. Things continued on from that after the anger cooled down, and we continued life as normal. I wasn't a perfect child, and my dad and I fought. I'm not saying that there were never any situations where we were angry at each other, but he was always there when I needed him. When I got pregnant as a teenager, he was so angry at me, but he was there to hold my hand in the delivery room.
Wow.
He hated that I got married right out of high school, but he was there to walk me down the aisle. Okay,
He
so
sounds like he's like a pretty good guy. Like, yes, I understand not sharing a cancer prognosis, especially to your wife, is not like a good thing to do. It doesn't. It's not good for like your communication, your relationship. But I feel like it's born out of a desire to like not infect the family and his partner with the heaviness of that diagnosis.
yeah, of course. It's not like I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the coolest prank ever on these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, it's real complicated when you get a diagnosis that serious.
Yeah, Walter White didn't say anything. Oh, and he is a beacon.
Great example of how not to behave after a serious medical diagnosis.
Like, are we
right
comparing
there.
this like tomatoes to like Starburst or something?
Do not do that.
Like, what the heck?
He's just a complicated
Where did he come from? Where did WW come from?
I have a conspiracy theory that OP is going to be upset that well, no, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. We need to figure out what happened here.
Yeah.
So, he hated that I moved 8 hours away by car, but he was there for my daughter's second birthday. That was when he confided to my mom that he was wrong because he realized when he visited how happy my little family was. He hated that I ended up moving overseas, but he was there to FaceTime me almost every night. He got sick not long before my daughter was born. We all knew about it from the beginning this time, though there was no way for him to hide it this time, even if he wanted to. I was there in the car with him when he suddenly started getting horrible back pain that wouldn't go away. He ended up having my mom take him to the hospital after she got off work, and he was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that was attacking his kidneys.
Oh.
I can't remember the exact name right now, but he was on chemo for the last few years of his life. He never showed how bad it was and always took longer to accept doctor's orders when it came to mobility aids. In the end, he was using a cane, even though the doctor told him he really needed a walker. He was a stubborn man like that. I was the last person to talk to him before he passed.
Oh.
I regret how that conversation went so much now, not because we argued or ended the call on bad terms, but because it was mostly like every call we ever had. He was so tired, he was falling asleep on the phone. Even now, when my view of him has changed, I still wish I had stayed on the phone longer with him. Instead, I told him it was okay if he wanted to go to bed. I told him he could just call us later. The next morning, I got a call from his phone, and it was really early in the morning back home at 3 or 4 in the morning. I just assumed he woke up early since he went to bed early, but instead it was my mother calling to give me the news that he had passed in his sleep, which, like, that's, you know, that sucks to have to reckon with.
But so far, and just mirroring what Kim Kwant's saying, I'm so confused why she's so mad at him.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that later.
Yeah, I so far I don't see it. I'm like still a little confused.
Something happens, something comes to light that she realizes that all of his past actions were some kind of lie. That's my bet.
Because so far right now, without the context of whatever she's about to bring up, like I'm like, oh, like this is like guy that's trying his best, not someone who's trying to screw people over.
Yeah. Also, going in your sleep, that's got to be one of the best ways.
Yeah. Shut up.
Anyway, my husband and I made arrangements to travel back home for the funeral and to be there with my mom. It was after the funeral that she told me something that changed my view of my dad.
Tell me what it is.
She went to get things figured out with the mortgage company. It's important to note that while the home had been in my dad's family for generations, he and my mom bought it when they were already married. So the mortgage was taken out after they were married. When she went to get the paperwork, she figured out that they told her that she wasn't on the mortgage.
Okay.
She didn't think that could be right because while she didn't actually go to the meetings to purchase the house, she signed all the paperwork my dad brought home to put her name on the mortgage/deed.
Secret family. Secret family. I see you. Secret family.
Yeah. Is this a secret? Is he leaving his house to a secret family? Oh, no.
I think it might be a secret family.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What he really had her sign was forms forfeiting her rights to any claims on the house.
Oh! Always read the contract.
Wow. Actually, that's great advice.
Always read the contract, or at the very least, put it into ChatGPT and say, "You're a lawyer, Chat. What should I be aware of?"
That's also true. But yes, you got to read the docs.
Read the freaking contract.
Oh, no. So she had no legal right to the home at all. My brother refused to do anything to help with the situation. He couldn't accept the house as legal next of kin because he would lose his benefits, so instead he refused to help or sign anything at all. Since my mom signed that paper, she wasn't even entitled to half the house like she would have been under the state inheritance laws. I can understand why he did it at the time, but he was so sneaky about it, and I think that was so wrong. At the time, he was the only one working. He'd lost a lot in the divorce he had with my brother's biological mom, and he was afraid of losing the house if anything happened between him and my mom. What I cannot forgive is that he knew he was passing. He knew for years that he wouldn't get better, but didn't try to fix what he had done. He could have come clean and admitted to what he'd done, but instead he just did nothing. My childhood home was foreclosed on because my brother refused to do anything about it, and my mom had no access to any of the information, and she didn't have the money to buy it outright. Wow. Yeah, no, this, I can definitely understand this completely changing your opinion of somebody.
So really quick, the stepdad, OP's stepdad, took out OP's mom sneakily because why exactly?
He was paranoid that it was like they would get divorced and then she'd like, it would be a bad
because
one.
that was
and
the
she'd
time
take
they
the
were
house.
talking about divorce, and so he was preempting,
or they were having like a fight or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's surprising that after that went like that blew over, that he didn't go and change that. Maybe he was worried that she would catch it, you know?
I don't know. Maybe he thought the brother would take care of it, or his son, but the son did absolutely nothing. It does seem absurd to not like, I mean, I guess once you do that, now you're living the lie.
Yeah.
And now you can't just be like, hey, I'm just going to undo this. Hey, can you sign this document again?
But I can see, like, it's, you know, it's not the worst thing that we've ever seen happen, but but it's also not great. And I can see how seeing this action would color every other small slight. being like, what else is he hiding?
Yeah.
Because this almost seems out of character based on everything that we've heard about this guy.
Yeah.
Before we go into this, I want to shout out to VixMix for the 10 gifted memberships.
10
Wow.
gifted memberships.
Wow.
VixMix.
10 more babies.
Yes. She got us over the 30 minutes.
Oh.
So
Shout out you, VixMix.
Snaps
We're going
for
for
VixMix.
another 30 minutes.
we'll read
Rack 'em
other
up.
donos, but also VixMix, hopefully your daughter's okay. She did leave a comment that her daughter got into a little car accident today.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
So we hope she's doing okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Take care of what you need to take care of, VixMix. Hope
Sending
things are good.
thoughts. Okay. I feel like the way I saw my dad has changed now. While I still love him, my view of him has been tarnished a bit. The more I look at the past, the more moments I realize that he wasn't really the man I thought he was. I'll never get back. I'll never get that back, and it devastates me. And there's an edit. I fixed a couple errors in the post, and I want to clarify a few things. My dad was not in hospice, and he was not in the hospital when he passed. He had an autoimmune disease that was being treated with chemo, but he did not have cancer. While my mom was absent a lot of my childhood, that was not really anything against her. I had the option of going with her to her friend's house or to visit my aunt or wherever she was going, but I didn't want to. It was boring, and I would have rather eaten fancy cheeses at my dad's friends' houses than watching my mom play cards. It helped that there were usually other kids at the places my dad was going, and if not, I liked his friends, and if I'm 100% honest, he was just my favorite parent. My mom was there for my dad while he was sick, though he did not need her to be his caretaker. He actually told me she wouldn't stop hovering. He liked his independence, and he never actually lost that, though my mom was a bit more of a mother hen. He could drive and walk with the assistance of a cane until the end of his life. I really don't like the comments bashing my mom. I agree she was stupid for signing those things without reading them, and there was more she could have done, but she was a good mom, and she was probably just trusting her husband, which, by the way, I trust that all of you will tune in every weekday at 3 p.m. PST to catch our live stream on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Just tap on our profile, and you're in. We might even be live right now. So before we finish this story, because there's a little bit story left, I think we collect our thoughts a little bit on this mysterious situation. Why did he not put the house back in his wife's name?
Yeah, I think like what you said earlier about the brother maybe taking care of it. Maybe he thought it would be fine. Maybe it was like he did it once out of fear and didn't want to get caught in the lie. It though, like the examples OP brought up don't feel the same as what he did here. Like those other examples, like my read on this is like, if there's not other examples, this feels like one bad scared decision rather than a fully emblematic action that shows his character. But yeah, I'm curious what you think. Like,
I think it's definitely the, like, you can't, after so much time has gone by, it's like then it just becomes, oh, I don't want to dredge that up and start the conversation again.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to be
it's
like
admitting that you did that.
Or you try to do another lie within the lie. You do something like, oh, they lost our mortgage information. You have to re-sign the documents. And it's like, no, they didn't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and he could never come clean about it. Yeah.
So he probably just held on to it. And, you know, there's even the possibility that after going through chemo, he might have just, like, forgotten he did that. Or, like, just chemo can do really weird things to your brain, and it affects everybody differently.
True. It is just such a big thing to, like, create. It's like it's a lot of planning to fabricate that whole situation.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you have to talk to a lawyer. You have to get your wife to sign it.
Yeah, you break trust forever too when she finds out. So he probably realistically just didn't want to have to do that, and hoped that the brother or the son would take care of it, and he didn't at all. But low key, also, like, outside of this one thing, he seemed
He seemed pretty good.
Pretty good.
He
Like
seemed pretty good. I would
think,
love. Yeah.
it was.
Hello, Green Eyes says maybe he wanted to sell the house to cover medical expenses and thought he would get it in the potential divorce anyway.
I mean,
question. Wait, was it his? It was his house.
It was
initially?
his family's like
His
passed down from
family's
them.
house,
But
because they were married, it would have been potentially hers, and like she could have.
well, they like bought it while they were married.
They bought,
so it wasn't passed
It
down.
wasn't
He
a premarital
bought the
asset.
house.
So technically, it was owned by them.
It should have been
jointly.
split.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't make huge lies to your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
think-
probably the
I think
solution
that's
here.
That's the main thing. But I would love to hear what the end of the story.
Yeah.
has to say.
Let's get into this. I didn't mean to imply that my mom was never there to parent me or involved in my life. I just meant that if we had nothing going on, she was not going to be sitting in the house watching TV. She did take us to do plenty. There were things she did with us that my dad didn't, like taking us swimming every summer. Dad couldn't swim and rarely ever got into the water. And riding all the roller coasters with us at the amusement park. She would take us to visit cousins and aunts and uncles on her side. She just never liked being stuck in the house without any interaction with other adults. And that is the end.
I see that story.
Just a little add-on there about mom's tendencies.
Ace Makes It on Twitch says OP's stepdad brought papers to OP's mom with mom thinking they were mortgage papers, but they were papers to forfeit any right to the house.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is pretty bad. Also, like
it's one lie.
Is that not illegal?
It's probably, yeah. It probably is illegal
false
to
pretenses.
False. It's almost like entrapment, where it's like, but at the same time, if you sign a document that you had the ability to read and it just didn't read it, I don't know if that's like a loophole or what, but it is crazy. This is just one of those things. I mean, sometimes one action can undo like a lifetime of good work, of good actions. Because now this one thing is going to be at the forefront of OP's mind.
And especially, it's like I think diving into that, one action won't define you if you try to make that right. Try to make that action right. Like if that guy had made that decision to sneakily get the house, but then apologized, made it right, like re-signed her in, OP probably wouldn't have this like totally tarnished perception.
If he
at
at least tried to fix it towards the end of his life.
Yeah.
But again, it's at that point, maybe he's just not, his head's not clear enough to remember. Chemo's a nasty cocktail of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Chemo really messes you up.
It's a little poison.
Quite literally, it's poison.
But
it's weird to me that they were giving him chemo for an autoimmune disease. I haven't heard that before.
Neither have I. But we got another story for you. But before that, we got hella donations. Dakota, do you want to go through those?
Yeah. All right. Ellie G, thank you for $20 in the tip link, no less, where YouTube doesn't take 30%. It's my daughter Gwen's second birthday. Happy birthday, Gwen!
Happy birthday, Gwen!
Yay!
Woo!
2 years of chaos with my little ginger mini me, and many, many more years of chaos to come.
Happy birthday!
Happy times. Happy birthday, Gwen! I'm sure your 2 won't be that terrible. Jolly Toasters, thanks for the $5. I have NMO, and I understand not being able to accept your body is slowly killing you. What is NMO?
I'll look it up.
I thankfully can walk again, but I need assistance sometimes. I don't tell anyone that doesn't see me consistently. And I think, Jolly Toaster speaking to that, really when you have a serious medical diagnosis, it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to disclose that information to people.
It's an autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
Which is,
okay.
A specific one.
And apparently, I don't know, AQ just said there that chemo for autoimmune happens all the time, which I had no idea. Donation from Kender Chu. Thank you for the $5. And you had an alien head. It sounds like
Zeepzorp.
That's Sassy Sin LPC, thanks for the $5. Virtual hug to Keon. Oh, Sam, give him another one.
Oh.
Give him another one.
Did you wash your hands?
He's from Sassy Sin LPC.
Did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands? Okay, he washed his hands.
He washes his hands. Sam washes his hands. Confirmed. MT AVS girl, thanks for the $25 in the tip link with a little smiley face. Thank you. And Josephine Madolo Berquist, thank you for the $5. Keon, have the rest of the gang told you about my plan to draw y'all? Gonna need you to send a good quality selfie/portrait photo in Discord. Heart. I still need to send mine.
I have
still
not been
need to send mine.
told.
Wait,
Do you want to just screenshot any of this?
Screenshot that right now. Can you screenshot that?
Just Vogue.
Get it.
He's
Do it.
voguing. He's voguing.
Ooh.
He's voguing.
No, I can send in the Discord. I can send you a message. What
You
kind
can
of
put
photo?
it
do
in
you-
general chat too.
I can put in general. I don't think I want to put my photo in general chat. I don't know.
Why not? I did.
Maybe. I don't know.
It was fun.
What kind of photo do you need? Like, what do you want? What you tell me what you
Preferably,
need
like,
from me
shirtless, yeah.
to give to you. What's that?
Preferably shirtless.
Pantsless.
Yeah. Maybe like the.
Yeah, pantsless, but from like the chest up. Yeah.
You know what's going on down there. You know, we don't have to show you.
Vix Mix, thanks for the $5. My daughter's school bus was in an accident, but luckily everyone was fine. Please pay attention to your surroundings. Yes, pay attention to your surroundings when you drive. We're glad everyone's okay. Those school buses are sturdy.
Yeah, dude.
And
Oh, wow.
man, we had some back to what?
Where did these come from?
Oh.
Hannah for $40. Everyone knows what to put in the chat.
Look at that. Look at that. It's sharp. It's sharp.
And Ornella for $50 in the tip link. Yes,
Put some
we
of those
Italians
Italian
speak with our
hands in the
hands.
chat.
It's
You gotta-
some more efficient.
You gotta.
Italian hands in the chat for Ornella.
My favorite Italian, like American enunciation, I found an old man who had a pasta sauce tutorial, an old Italian man who was teaching how to make pasta sauce, and the way he pronounced sauce was sauce.
Sauce?
He pronounced it sauce,
Sauce.
which is, I believe, not how you say
not-
sauce in Italy. But it's like the English enunciation that he gave was sauce.
Ornella, is that right? How do you pronounce sauce in Italy?
And
Italian.
Here come the super chats. My eyes. Oh, that's Vix Mix. Thank you for the $5, Vix Mix. My daughter and all the kids on the bus are good.
Wait, I didn't know that was a little
Yeah,
emoji.
it's a-
That's
Oh, they
crazy.
have an actual
one of these, yeah.
hand.
That's amazing. It's amazing what the internet can do, you know?
My daughter and all the kids on the bus are good. Someone ran into the back of the bus because they were texting. So please, guys, pay attention. Yeah, texting and driving, no bueno.
Good thing they're okay. That's the main point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Thankfully, they're okay. I mean, yeah, but no texting and driving.
And Ornella says that they call sauce salsa.
Salsa.
Salsa,
Like
salsa.
salsa is how you say sauce in Italian.
It makes
This
sense
guy, his name was
because-
Pasquale, and he would say sauce.
Sauce.
When you make it the sauce. Carl Weiss, thanks for the $5. My hubby heard my super chat, and this was his response. Some think I'm still at a drink.
Some think I'm still maybe a cool drink of
Oh,
water
wait,
if you're thirsty.
Some think I'm still a tall drink of cool water if you're thirsty. I love him so much. Well, shout out to Carl and Carl's partner, who has remained nameless. And Vix Mix, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. We've got all kinds of new babies in the chat. If you're new, if you've just been given a membership, let us know. Say thanks. And if you want one, get active in the chat, because being active in the chat is what gets you these free memberships.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy Elgrob.
Lisan Al-Gaib.
Tammy Lisan Al-Gaib. Welcome to the Nights. I loved you in Dune, too. Doodle Bob. Thank you. Love y'all.
Nihoy, nihoy.
Thank you for the $2. Mihoy Minoy. Could you say hi to my daughter, Talia? Hello, Talia.
Why are we so bad at
Well,
reading
because
names today?
it's so small, Keon. You got to make
just
it bigger
tell me.
for my eyes.
All you have to say was, make it bigger, and I'll make
Okay.
it bigger for you, Dakota.
Make it bigger,
Let me just look at you
Keon.
for a second.
Oh.
Make it bigger for me, Keon.
It's bigger.
Hi, Talia. All right. Kate Ruhlman, thanks for the $10. So happy I found you guys listening daily for 4 to 7 hours a day.
Now that's dedication.
Those are
right
rookie numbers.
there.
You got to pump those numbers up. No, I'm just kidding.
Those are rookie
are
numbers.
huge numbers. Huge numbers.
Does
I
that
just
mean
couldn't
you're
help myself.
only watching the live stream and not every video that we release, both on the main channel and the clips channel?
We need 22 hours of listening per day. But no, just kidding. Thank you. We're grateful for anyone and everyone who listens. Really helping me with my own stories in my own life. Just moved to LA 2 years ago, and
Let's
so
go.
much has happened. You make it easier. Yeah, a lot happens in this town.
In
In this city, a lot happens. Well, welcome, and we're glad you're here, Kate. Dragon Princess, member for 2 months. I have been having a horrible 2 years, but you all bring me joy. Thank you. We're glad that we do. And I'm sorry to hear about those 2 years. And you know
Hopefully
what?
it's up and up from here.
You're due for an upswing, Dragon Princess. It's coming. And Galaxy Dream, I believe we did that one as well.
Yes,
so
we did.
I think we're all
We're all caught
up now. Well,
up.
except Josephine sent another $5 in the tip link, no less. Thank you, Josephine. No screenshot. I just want to make sure it's good quality and good lighting and close enough that I can zoom in for details. If you also want to send shirtless pics, I'm not going to be mad about it. Well,
Yeah, you know
thank
what
you.
to do.
We gotta like.
I gotta look at my photos. I don't really take photos of myself.
We'll do that later today.
Mm.
I think we can get those at the end of the stream. We'll use these. We'll stand in front of these lights here. We'll get you a good photo because I want to get it to you before we go on the break here. But with that, we are all caught up.
And we are going to get into this.
And Sam will be reading
story.
the next story.
Next story.
Yeah, fix me up. Well, you don't have to fix me. I can just move.
These stories make my crazy life feel normal. Thanks for that. Miss Doris 1,000 anytime. So, all right.
1 second. Getting ready.
Yeah.
Nicole H says a shirtless pic holding a piece of cake. That's key.
A piece of my cake or a normal piece of cake?
No, we can't slice that cake off.
Maybe you take a picture.
You got to
of your
keep that cake consolidated.
I don't know.
All
What?
right, you ready?
Are you?
I'm ready. Let's hit it.
Yep.
So, my mother is a narcissist, so I'm planning to cut her off for my pregnancy.
Ooh, snip, snip, little bip. What?
So, I've been really struggling with this one. I, 39 female, am an only child, and growing up with my mother was very difficult. On one hand, she always made sure I was well dressed. We had a clean house, and she cooked meals every day. She made sure I was well presented when she sent me off to school. And by the way, this comes from Kitty and Puppy Mama on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, on the other hand, she treated me like her little punching bag.
Ooh.
And never seemed to view me as a real person. All my childhood memories are of her screaming at me, slamming doors, throwing my nice toys in the trash when she was mad at me, telling me to shut up and go away, embarrassing me by screaming, and I mean screaming at me when I had friends over or when she wasn't doing this, ignoring my existence entirely.
That doesn't sound very mom-like.
Doesn't sound like a joyous household.
No, that sounds
Does not spark joy.
terrible.
I would not like that.
Yeah,
one bit.
no,
OP,
I wish-
I am sorry.
I wish I could have been your mom. I'd be a better mom than that.
Yeah, I think Dakota and I could both be your mom.
Yeah. We would like to,
We would like to vote to be your
if
mom.
we could get a time machine and go back, we'd try to
Yeah.
be your mom
We would.
for you. Well, but I hope that you've left that person in the past. I hope that's where this story is going, and I hope they are in a place where they can't get to you like that.
Well, we're about to see. So I never knew what I had done was wrong. And I never knew what I'd do. I never know what I'd do wrong, but I was always punished. It was common for me to come home from school, say, "Hi, Mom," and be met with a cold glare, and then to be told, "I know what I did." No further explanation. One example is that it was Christmas vacation. I was home for a week. My dad had also taken time off from work. My mom was decorating the house, and she lost the container the tree angel came in.
Oh, not the tree angel container.
The container, again. She immediately accused me and my dad of conspiring to hide it from her as a prank.
Yeah, because she's too smart to have lost it. Maybe because she's a
She would
narcissist.
never misplace anything.
I can't misplace anything. I'm perfect.
We were not pranksters. We definitely knew better. When we both swore we didn't have it, she flew into a rage, slamming cabinets, vacuuming when we were trying to watch TV, making both of us afraid to cross her. I love how she's like inspiring as much fear in child OP as adult husband.
Yeah, it's
Forced
like,
to be reckoned with.
Ugh. Ugh.
Eventually, she found the container, which had fallen behind some other stuff in the closet. She did not apologize. She still insisted we must have done it. Love that.
I'm so sorry you had to have a horrible narcissist as a mom growing up, OP. It's hard.
So this is just an example of the kind of stuff I grew up with. Then she'd go to church or picnics or whatever, smile at everyone, and tell them all how proud she is of me and how happy we all are. I hate the posturing. That sucks.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got home, this nice mom was gone, and she was back to stonewalling and snapping at me. It's not that my mom has never done anything nice or caring. Sometimes she has. But it always makes me very cautious because I've seen how she uses it later as something she can take away. And as we've talked about, an abusive relationship hardly ever is all bad. It's usually the most common types of abusive relationship are cycles.
They keep that little nugget of like goodness and positivity in there, and it gets buried underneath all the negativity. Yep. And just when you're like, I'm done with this, it pops back up, and you go, oh wait, okay,
that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it begins again.
Vicious, ugly cycle. So when I was in college, my dad passed away. She immediately, and I mean the same day, started going through the closet and throwing his clothes in the trash. I was screaming, crying, begging her to stop. She told me to shut up and go to my room. I was giving her a headache. She never helped with the funeral and left me as a young adult to do it myself. After the funeral, we all went out with extended family to get a little lunch. She criticized what I ate and told me I was unhealthy and would get fat. So again, just an example of what I've dealt with all my life. There's a lot more, but we'd be here all day.
So just quickly, if anyone finds themselves in a situation like this, get away from this person. Especially if you're still like under the age of 18, like find a support, find a family member, find someone you can confide in, because this intense negative behavior is not acceptable. It's not okay. Yeah. And you don't have to put up with it just because you were because you fell into this situation.
And this is not normal behavior. I think something that's really hard about being a child raised in this kind of environment is it's hard to know what's normal. It's hard to know that, like, being yelled at all the time is not what everyone experiences, because you only ever experience like what you know at home.
And that's why stories like this can be really powerful, because it allows people to go, wait a minute. Oh, that sounds like what I go through, but they're saying that this is not And then it can start to turn the gate. It's very important.
Yeah, that's why like sharing these stories can be so helpful.
The mom sounds like she has a case of an extreme bipolar tendency. It's like extreme.
Yeah, there's some kind of disorder going on.
Yeah, she needs help in her own way.
Yeah.
Like this is just a very hard situation to be in.
But now we're going to go onto the dad. So my dad was super peaceful, a kind person who loved my mom, even though I truly believe she doesn't have the capability to love anyone but herself. I've seen her treat everyone I care about monstrously. She didn't even show up when her own parents were in hospice dying. And her reason is they know why.
Oh, yeah, this person is like way super hardcore narcissist. Like,
I don't know why. Her siblings don't know why. And I'm 100% sure they passed away not knowing why. She has no remorse, no regrets about this. And even though my dad did everything to make her happy, he never yelled back, and he tried to give her what she wanted, all she has to say about him now is what an a-hole he was. She makes up stories about him being a boozic, which, a boozyaholic,
Yeah,
which he
a
wasn't.
boozer.
He didn't even drink socially. And abusive, which again, I promise he never was, with a gambling problem. He didn't gamble either. Because my dad has been gone for so many years, she makes new friends at church or in social circles and makes up whatever lies she wants about how close we are. We aren't, and how she was a single, widowed mom struggling to put me through college. She never gave a dime. I had to pay my loans, books, courses, etc. 100% by myself. And also how bad her marriage was. She doesn't tell these lies in front of me because she'd be embarrassed if I called her out, but they get back to me through the grapevine, and she denies it when I confront her. The hard truth is that she never just seemed to care about anyone, much less me. She'll take me to lunch and a movie, buy me a cute gift now, and then say she loves me. And really cling to these moments and try to believe them, but I really cling to these moments and try to believe them, but our whole relationship depends on me just pretending that my entire life with her never happened and accepting that she'll never take accountability. I want to stop right here really quick.
Okay.
Whoa.
Right. And there's more to the story, about halfway through, but I want to ask the question, in this scenario where you have a mom that was so terrible, so abusive, and now we have this change that seems actually pretty good. Do we accept the change?
Well, I feel like the change is all built on the pretext that you have to never bring up the past and the reality that you lived in. You can't press her on anything, because as soon as you do, it's going to revert right back to this. So if you do maintain this sort of above board, I guess, I don't know if that's the right phrase, but just sort of like it's managing the appearance of the relationship by like catering to you're just on autopilot, being like, I know I can't say this, I know I can't say that, I definitely can't press this. I don't think that she's changed up in a real way. Maybe who knows why she's operating that way, but
my read on this is she realized the error of her ways without accepting the responsibility of her actions. That's my read. It's like, all right, frick, like I realize I need to be better to my daughter. Like this is a person that I want in my life, so I'm going to actually start treating her well, outside of like just treating her well for appearances, because now she's treating her well in this one-on-one relationship, no longer just treating her well in like a social dynamic where she can win favor with friends. And so I think like she is realizing that she needs to change and like treat OP better, but she's not willing to respect she's not willing to accept the responsibility. And so she's kind of building this new relationship a little bit on a lie or like unstable ground.
I agree with that.
But I do think that she might actually want to be changing for the better. I would love to know what you guys think. Yeah. Because I would love to know what you guys think. But what?
I don't see that. Mostly just because like if this really is like deep narcissism, like what really made me think that that's the case is the way that she treated her parents when they were literally like passing, and she goes, they know what they did. Yeah. And that's
when is that going to switch on OP?
Well, they have people with like narcissistic personality disorder can get these like become hyper fixated on a sense of justice, but their sense of justice is skewed because it's all self-serving. So I feel like in that moment, it's like she probably remembers something that her parents did 25 years ago, and she goes, they know, but she never let go of that one moment, and she'll never forgive him for it because her sense of justice will not allow it. And it's probably the same thing with trying to restart this relationship with her daughter or trying to get back to terms with her daughter. I think she's more of in a position of like, oh, I need this. I need a relationship with my daughter because it's something good for me. Not necessarily I need to fix this because of the mistakes I've made, but because I don't want people to be asking me, where's my daughter? Like, I don't want my ability as a mom to come into question.
Point. She's down to have this relationship where it's all pleasure, no sacrifice. Like,
and
she
that's
never wanted to
like,
be the mother, but she's just like, oh, like this is now fun. Like I can go to the movies with my daughter. Let's have that relationship.
And like to be clear, extreme narcissism like this, like is not like a personality fault. it's a mental illness. Like this narcissism that she's experiencing, although it clearly has an intense negative impact on everyone around her, it's also a huge negative impact on her as well.
Yeah.
That she is, depending on how deep into it she is, it's like you're unable to see that as somebody with extreme narcissistic personality disorder. But like it's in the journal, whatever, of like the mental health disorders. It's like, and not every person with narcissism is like this.
Presents like this. And also not every person with narcissism has to continue that kind of abusive behavior. Like there are ways to navigate that. Even if you are inclined to this kind of behavior, it doesn't mean you don't have to like bear the narcissistic fruits all the time.
But you have to accept it as like sort of a metaphorical cross to bear.
Yeah.
You need to do the work
in the same way
it.
as any illness. I think we read a lot of stories about people with bipolar, and we have a lot of people in chat on stream that struggle with bipolar, right? And in the worst form of it, in an unmanaged form, you can have very, very bad encounters with people. Like you can be incredibly cruel when unmanaged. And so the thing that you can do in these situations is like learn about it. You can get medication, you can get therapy, and like you can manage it.
Yes. And I think maybe small asterisks here, like neither of us are mental health professionals. Yeah. We just talked a lot about mental health, and like we are not pros at it. However, it's like, so take that with a grain of salt. We don't know for a fact that this person is. We just know what is written and what's presenting. We're giving our best sort of guess here.
Ming Ming says we have a psychiatrist in chat. Psychiatrist in chat. Can you speak up? Lala says it's called borderline personality disorder. And then Francine the Pansies says narcissistic personality disorder still exists. It's just a different disorder.
Oh, I think Francine the Pants is the psychiatrist, if I remember that correctly. Anyway.
But we got some more of this story.
Yes, we'll get back into the story, and then we'll hit some of these donos, because we did just get another.
We got another
30 I believe, from Whitney, who we will address that as soon as the story's over, because we just went on a big old detour.
France in your pants says, trying so hard to help you. It's me. It's me. It's me. Okay, wait. A therapist here. Wait, can we scroll up to make sure that we got all France in your pants?
Yeah, what does France in your pants say it is? She's not a narcissist.
Dakota, she's not a narcissist. Okay, here we go. France in your pants. I treat BPD, borderline personality disorder, and specialize in treating it. Some people will eventually accept treatment. Some never do. Depends on the severity, how well they adapt to situations, and how clever they are.
Now, I'm neither going to confirm nor deny France in your pants, but I am going to do the annoying thing, which is, because you're a BPD specialist, do you not have the predilection to diagnosing BPD first?
Yeah, big
which is like,
BPD.
and again, neither of us are professionals. And I'm just like,
Dakota really
I
tried
couldn't
to
resist
challenge
saying the thing.
The legit therapist.
No, France in your pants is the professional here, and I will concede that.
Could you explain her profession
France
to her
in
really
your
quick?
pants says that it's not
Dakota's
NPD,
like,
so
I
we
said it
will
first.
accept this from the professional.
France
Anyway.
in your pants. This is why this community is so awesome. You can correct us in real time and scream at us when we deserve it. We
Thank
appreciate
France in your pants. I'm sorry, I just had to do that.
That's why it's good to join the live.
And I like your answer. France in your pants just goes, nope. Yes.
All right. But
Perfect.
let's get into this other part of
Okay.
the story. So if I try to bring up something she's done, she'll look me straight in the eye and said it never happened. That, or she'll say it was my fault. She did it. So I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy right now with a daughter of my own. And my mom was initially so excited. She took me to my doctor visits and was helping me out with things around my house. Since my doctors told me not to handle the cat litter or do any heavy lifting, it's a high-risk pregnancy due to a few factors, but thankfully the baby and I have been pretty healthy so far. Well, about 3 weeks ago, I wasn't feeling the baby move. I got really worried. Called my mom to ask if she could take me to the ER so I could get checked. She got super exasperated, called me crazy, told me I was being ridiculous. And no, she wouldn't give me a ride because she was busy cleaning her kitchen.
Kitchen's more important, baby.
So I don't know if anyone in the chat who's here is familiar with the number 14, but we've invented a new thing. And they're getting this mom's getting the number 14. The combo order number 14. You go through the sun, get blended up in the Oort cloud. Your little bits and bops get thrown into the black hole where they become spaghetti, and then you get eaten by a bunch of pigs who are actually taken care of by the ghost of James Gandolfini.
It keeps progressing more and more every time.
He's the ghost of James Gandolfini is the metaphorical
Who's James
ward.
Gandolfini?
He played Tony Soprano.
Oh!
Yes, and Sam is just now watching The Sopranos.
Yes, it's so good.
You're just watching
so maybe
it now?
this is the
Just watching
spirit
it.
of James Gandolfini.
And we're on episode 5
Yeah.
of season 1 of Walking Dead.
yes.
Honey, look, the ducks.
The ducks.
The ducks.
The ducks.
I know that.
Hey, we got the
birds
ducks.
now. It's amazing.
Yes, so number 14 for the mom.
Also,
Clearly.
shout out to Hannah. Again, we'll get to the donations in just a little bit.
But
You
yeah,
guys are
we all have
crazy.
the silent Hannahs. So I was going to call another family member to come with me, but she'd made me feel so embarrassed that I wondered if I was really being silly, and I decided not to bother anyone. The health of your baby is not silly and way less important than the cleanliness of your kitchen.
100%.
Although in Ratatouille, they do say it is very important to clean as you go in a kitchen environment, you know.
There's no way you just dropped a Ratatouille reference right now.
Are you trying to say Ratatouille's better than
I'm
OP's
just
baby
saying,
right now?
you know, what do they say? Clean sleeves? Something. I forget
I don't
what
know.
they say.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
I know.
I just know the song that goes, no, lay me on.
Oh, gosh.
A sign of a
No.
good chef, clean sleeves.
I was gonna say we've been doing really well with the ADHD stream, and then this is where I was getting off the rails.
Technically, we did just have like the longest tangent we've ever had, I feel like, but also it was like very.
It was very pointed.
It was like
very
it was
pointed.
not ADHD. It was
No,
like it was like, and look at our fake degrees
Yeah.
that we have that aren't real. And it again, France in your pants is the real one, and
Yeah.
me refuting her was a joke. People,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Good backtrack.
Oh,
I
my
drove
God.
myself to the ER, and I was so stressed that my blood pressure was going through the roof, and they had to take it several times because they thought it indicated another emergency. The team at the ER took me seriously, did an ultrasound, and showed me that everything was all right with the baby. And everything was okay.
Great.
They advised me to go right to the hospital next time because they have better equipment and will admit me faster. Later, when I talked to my OB, she also told me that they do take our concerns seriously and it's always okay to get checked out. This all helped me to feel less crazy.
We got Max in the chat.
Max, what are the
Max Gomez
what
is
are you
back.
doing here?
Oh no. Is this gonna be an every Thursday event? Max
We
Gomez
always-
Max is just that
takeover.
bored. Max is just that bored. that
Max,
he's like,
Max really wants to go to Wii Spa, but not go to Wii Spa again. I mean, sorry, the spa.
Yo, you can shout that one out, right? You can shout that one out.
No, I can't shout it out. I go there too frequently. So this all helped me feel less crazy. When I got home, my mom texted to ask how it went. This honestly pissed me off because she embarrassed me when I asked for help, let me go through all that stress alone, and wanted to ask how it went after the fact.
Yeah.
I told her that her behavior was extremely hurtful and that she's been treating me like this all my life. And I don't know why I keep hoping it will change. Yeah, she has BPD or narcissism or whatever France in your pants says she has. Anyway, that was 3 weeks ago, and she has been giving me the silent treatment ever since. She was previously coming over to help me with heavy lifting, the trash, and the cat litter. Again, not supposed to handle that when you're pregnant because cat feces can harm the baby.
Yes.
And usually picks up a couple little things for me at the store when she does her shopping, but hasn't done any of that either. I'm being punished for having feelings and being an entire human being. And Max Gomez is an entire human being with 99 cents in the chat.
No, you got to keep going. Don't let Max distract us.
That's true. I will. I've never felt like her treatment was normal. Growing up, she always told me I was a problem child and made her act this way. Meanwhile, my aunt, uncles, cousins, and dad all had a great relationship with me and never made me feel this way because it's not your fault. How could it be that my mother thinks I'm so horrendous, but nobody else in my life has ever expressed this to me? It doesn't add up.
Well,
maybe she's the
France
problem.
in your pants will have the answer for that, but I will just blanket it as that's a mental illness.
Yep.
You were conditioned to feel a certain way by, being brought up, being told like the way I'm acting right now is your fault. Yeah. So of course you're always going to say, what is it that I'm doing?
Yeah.
But
yo, Max, you behave now, Max.
Max,
what are you doing? Why are you so bored?
What are you doing?
Max?
Don't you got apps to build or something? Max is like literally every week. Max sends me another app that he's launched to the App Store that he's built from scratch. I don't know how you have time to go on stream and build all your freaking app empire, bro.
He's building with one hand and he's on the stream with the other.
Ambidextrous. It doesn't add up. The other day I was running errands and talking to my unborn baby in the car, as one does. Lol, that's cute. I just kept thinking how excited I am to meet her, how scared I am about making sure she arrives safely in the delivery room, and how there is no way I could ever hurt her the way my mom hurts me. Not just once, but hundreds of times over almost 40 years. I can't imagine throwing her toys in the trash or not speaking to her for weeks at a time. This is really, really not okay. If your child grows up feeling unloved by you, then can you really say you love them? To me, that seems like a failure. And we love all our children that come into our lives every weekday at 3 p.m. PST right here on YouTube and Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch.
Beautiful. All our beautiful babies.
Yeah, just tap our profile. Come on in. There's a little bit more to this story, but yeah, I mean, it's not your fault, OP.
No.
But at least, OP knows what to avoid when dealing with their child.
Well, yeah, and I feel like that might be what caused OP to write all this in the first place, is because after having her child, she started to realize like, okay, there's no way my mom was behaving appropriately.
Yeah.
Based on how I feel with my kid, something was going on. So I feel like maybe that could have prompted this.
And I imagine, this, like, I feel like there's a lot of exploration of this relationship and OP's self-worth in this post. And you kind of feel like as she's writing it, towards the end, she's like recontextualizing that view of herself. She's like, like, how could I be the problem? Like it's almost like she's asking it in writing it. It's like,
right.
How can I be the problem when all my aunts and uncles had a great relationship with me? And she's literally discovering this in the moment, which again, like if you don't journal, if you're not writing, you don't even have to, like write and post online, but like writing really allows you to like look at the thoughts in your brain. Right. With a little bit more accuracy, a little bit more objectivity, and it can be really, really helpful.
It's you gotta check in with at least I do. There's different ways to check in with yourself, but if I don't like at least write like a little bit about what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling, like at least every other day. I try to do it every day, but if like sometimes it'll slip for like a week or two, and then I'll just realize I don't even know what I'm thinking. I don't even know what's going on, like because I don't have that. Because I'm not writing it down.
Yeah, no, it's really it's like clearing a house.
It.
It's like clearing a house. It's like organizing your room. Like you have everything in your room, right?
It's just a quirk of the street, random phone call.
We really need to fix that.
You can't.
We can. Everything can be fixed, but it's like I feel like you can know where everything is in your room, but it's a little unorganized. But as soon as you organize it, you really can can really, with a quick overview, understand your mind. But we got a little bit more to this story. So I'm thinking of going full no contact with my mom. She is my only parent, and it sucks because nobody wants to go through life without parents. I don't care how old you are, but honestly, I don't know what to do anymore. I go back and forth feeling guilty, but remembering that she has never once felt any guilt for how she treats me, and that she never apologizes no matter what she does. but somehow I always end up apologizing to keep the peace. I just feel like I'm losing my mind. You know, if this relationship is hurting you more than it's helping you, I don't know if it's a relationship that you need to keep close.
And I don't think it's a relationship you would want for your child either.
No,
I don't
no.
know. Your mom has not earned a relationship with your kid.
Dude,
no way.
That is such an important point for like with OP thinking about how she wants to like raise her child. The people that you have around your child will teach your child what kind of self-worth they should have. And introducing people like that mother that could possibly damage your child's self-worth. Yeah. No. And if you know, cutting off a parent like that could be really hard. Even when you do have a good reason. But I think if you go to her and you say, hey, you tell her why you're cutting her off, and then you say, this is what you can do. Maybe you can, if you want to get help for it in some way, to do work and address these issues, then at some point we can talk about not being no contact. And then she will probably explode at you for that, and just know that will happen and cut her off. But you can be at least a little at peace knowing that you gave her an avenue to go back to having you in her life. And now it's up to her whether or not she's going to choose to walk down that road. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's like I think you can establish boundaries and parameters of what it looks like to be in your life, and the people who don't respect that aren't going to be in your life. But that's where that story ends. We got some more stories for you. I just realized that I have to read all of these.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Well, hey, I got one in there. I snuck one in there.
Break. Yeah, that's fine.
But we got some donos.
So, okay, before we get to the donos, everyone's going crazy about Max saying he wants to read a story. If we can get, how about this, Sam? If we get to 500 likes, should we get to 500 likes?
No. Well,
750?
Come on, that's too easy.
Oh, well, I don't know.
If we get to 1,000 likes, Max can think about.
If we get to here we go. If Max can rally a 1,000 likes on this stream, we will think about having him read. Max, I know you're watching right now. This ain't easy. I know it makes it look easy, but I don't know if you're ready for the heat and the smoke. You know, it's
once you go out of the frying pan and into the fire. There's no going back.
There's no going back.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Could freeze up.
You know, he did earlier. He was like, what app should I build next? I think you should just build us some GPTs.
Oh, yeah. Build us some GPTs, dude. If you build us a GPT that can make story finding easier.
Everyone's like, boo.
What do you mean? We said after 1,000 likes, we'll think about it.
1,000 likes, we'll think about Max coming in to the stream. Mary Hale says, "What? That's crazy.
We're already halfway there, guys. Pretty much.
There's not 1,000 people in stream. Well, maybe start telling some people about the stream.
And guess what? If you guys get to that, that's going to be 2 wheel spins, maybe a third wheel spin.
2 wheel spins.
I think it's 3.
There is 678 people on YouTube. There's 147 people on Facebook. I believe there's some people on TikTok. If everyone, how many people are on TikTok right now?
Check right now.
How many people?
Before it starts notifying us again, we got 25.
Okay. If everyone right now went and liked on YouTube, that's almost
2 wheel spins. It is 2 wheel spins.
That is 1,000 likes. So I'm just saying it is possible, but maybe you gotta get your friends, your family, everyone in here. All right.
We're almost at like 500.
You better get everyone in here, and then we can let Max read a story. You crazy kooks. But before we read this next story, let's hit some donations. So
yes,
Hannah, thanks for the $40.
You guys are so much better at mogging than me.
The mog?
I can't get it. I got it like once, and I can't recreate it.
Here we go. Put your bottom teeth. Yeah. Hello.
I just don't.
Is that how you're doing it, Sam?
Yeah. Well, we can also do that.
I
don't. Hannah, thanks for the $7. Anonymous, thanks for the $20. Whitney, thanks for the $75. Love the mix of stories. things the first live I've caught. Oh, this is the first live I've caught, but been watching video after video for a while now.
Shout out
Love
to all the
to
people
see it.
who find us and go through the Rolodex, or go through the whole roster of videos that we got. There's a couple people out there who claim to have seen it all, which is a monumental
which is crazy, a monumental task. Vix Mix, thanks for the 5 OK Storytime memberships. We appreciate you, Vix Mix. Ivy Bean, member for 10 months. Okay, gang, I have a great toxic parent story that is still ongoing. Got to find time to sit down and write it out. As always, love you most, Daddy Coda.
Aw, hey, thanks, Ivy Bean. What the heck?
Go submit it in the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
Put your story in r/OK Storytime on Reddit, and that is how it will find its way to the show.
Vix Mix, thanks for the $2. I will gift more memberships if Max will take one.
Well, he has to get more active in the chat. Like everybody else who wants a gifted membership, get active in the chat. And again, if you've gotten one since the last time I said something, let us know. Let us know in the chat.
Before we noticed that you guys have hit over 500 likes. We're gonna keep reading the donos, and then we'll spin
that freaking wheel. Yeah, we
spin
see
that
you
wheel.
be double with that wheel emoji. Max Gomez with the $50 donation. You crazy son of a bitch!
Wow,
you crazy kooky cat.
Watch your language. Watch your
Hey,
profanity.
yeah, that's two more minutes.
Leah Prince says, "Who is Max? It's like you haven't watched every stream. Come on."
Who is Max?
Inform.
Well, to be fair,
people, inform them.
To be fair, that the segment Max was in may have been scrubbed from existence.
Was it scrubbed?
Well, that was when we did that hard mode that was like too hard.
Oh yeah, we did not release that to the people.
That was
that was
it was a
little rough.
That's why hard mode's not on the wheel anymore.
Yeah. Max Gomez, thanks for the $10. Max Gomez, thanks for the buck. You crazy, crazy cat. LaFleur, thanks for the $2 Australian with a little eye emoji.
LaFleur.
My name Beth, thanks. Carl
My name
Weiss.
Beth.
My name Beth.
Well,
Thanks for
Beth.
the $2, Beth.
Beth and Carl.
Vix Mix, thanks for the $5. My mother was a don't ask a question you don't want a honest answer to, but she was never mean, and I miss her very much. Shout out your mom, Vix Mix.
Shout out Mother Vix Mix, which is, that's a good vibe too. I will be honest. If you ask me a question, I will tell you the truth.
Yep. He's a blunt boy. Trish21, thanks for the 5 OK Storytime memberships. Growing this community. We love to see it. And y'all kooky cats are already at 543 likes. We got 720 people on YouTube. That means we got 840. We almost have 900 people total right now. And can I tell you guys a little secret?
Yes.
The way to get more people to come in the stream is to spam the chat. So the more activity that this chat has, the more people that can come into the stream and like it. Just so you know.
That is true.
That is true.
The more people are in the chat, the more people there are to like.
YouTube's like, oh, this is popping. We should get more people in here. So if you want Max to come read a story, we get to 1,000 likes. That's how you do it. And Sophia Callan, thanks for the 8 months of membership. Sam, you can't say we will think about it. It is you will bring him in if we hit 1K. Okay, yes.
Max has no choice anymore.
Sophia Callan, yes. We will bring him in if we hit 1,000 likes. Okay, you happy? If we
can't force him.
We can't force him to come in, but
now look,
we can open the invitation.
Why would you do this? You opened the floodgates. Oh my
cordially
God! Why would you do that? You know your words have power.
That's the rules.
They're doing exactly what we asked.
That's the rules. That's how more people come in.
Now I need some
but don't say spam.
I want some
do
spam
random
Subi.
Yeah,
emojis
wait,
or something.
do more than just spam. I hope that is that going to flag the chat now?
Yeah, don't do that.
Actually, write real things.
It's like you graded a
write
wish.
some cute stuff.
Yeah, come on, don't just say spam.
Yeah.
I don't. Will that get us banned? I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it
spamming
might.
eggs, guys.
I feel like a lot of this stuff is ran by robots. So if a robot sees 100 comments that say
Did we get
spam,
that Vix Mix? I think Vix Mix
might
get
send
the
a
five.
Vix
flag.
Mix, thanks to the 5 OK Storytime memberships. Appreciate you.
We got one from Bella.
Bella, thanks for the $10. Hey guys, glad to see you're all doing well and are in such high spirits.
Ciao, Bella.
I found a lump today.
No.
And got told I have to go to a mammogram. Not sure if that's what it is. So glad I could join you tonight. You really do raise my spirits. Bella, don't worry before you have to, but good you're taking care of things when you need to. Also, I got lumps.
Lumps and bumps,
and they're just lipomas.
Exactly. So. You never know. That was, if anyone, I think Keon put a close up on my head when I was doing that, and that was me sending my thoughts into the universe that it's like just a totally benign little thing.
To me, my X-Men,
just a weird thing.
But we got some.
We gotta spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Wheel spins.
Yeah.
Let's spin that wheel.
We do, and look at that
wheel.
We're at 560 now. That was like immediately. That was 100 likes. We just got 100 likes. All you need is like 400 more likes, and Max we will go lasso Max wherever he is, and we will drag him back here.
We will kidnap him into our home.
Where's the wheel? Do you have the wheel up there?
Oh, the wheel's right here.
Spin it.
Interpretive dance. We never got that
bing,
one.
bing,
All right,
bing,
here we go.
Slowly spin it to interpretive dance.
All right, ready? Ready to spin that wheel.
We got a call.
Should we do the call now, or you want to do?
Let's do a call after this next story.
Okay.
If you have a story, let's just say it has to be not super depressing or super traumatic.
What kind of story do you want?
I want a story. About a time. Maybe how you found out Santa Claus was real or not real.
What?
No? What you got?
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the exact moment.
Okay.
I think I just became
that,
smart enough to know that a man can't come down the chimney to every house on Earth in one night.
Maybe a really smart man would figure it out. Okay, so all right. You could do that one, or
you're like Santa's just an engineer.
Yeah, dude, he can figure anything out. Or maybe
they say call Max.
Maybe
call
the
Max?
time that you first fell in love. Your first love.
Oh, that's
your first. What I want fun little, cute little stories. Your
I
first
was thinking.
kiss.
My brain went to like. Tell us the most annoying thing that happened to you at work.
Okay, let's make it. Okay, since the holidays are here, let's make it like a Christmas story. Come on.
It could be any of those. It could be when you found out Santa was or wasn't real.
No, come on. No.
Your most annoying thing at work.
No.
Or your
worst
first
thing to ever happen at the company Christmas party.
First kiss.
Okay,
first
let's
kiss.
do a company. Let's do no. No
Or-
one wants to hear a first kiss.
I want to hear a first kiss.
Okay, let's hear
All
your
right,
first
well,
kiss.
I love
Kiss me,
love.
Sam.
I will tell you my first
Sometimes
kiss.
first kisses are really weird.
All
no
right,
one likes
my
to talk
first
about
kiss is
What a little like
I
this.
didn't know anything about I didn't know anything about love, anything about
In
smooching,
twist.
and this girl invited me to watch a movie in theaters. It was a unpopular movie at the time, or at least like the theater was empty. It was the Johnny Depp rendition of Alice in Wonderland,
Oh,
and
God.
it was in 3D.
Rendition.
It was
God.
in 3D, and we sat down next to each other. The theater was completely empty.
Yes.
And we were both wearing our 3D glasses, and I was wearing my glasses, she was wearing hers. And then, like, the movie starts, and it's like, I'm assuming it's in 3D, but then
3D.
she takes off her glasses, and I'm like, oh, maybe this part of the movie isn't in 3D. And so I take off my glasses, and I'm like, this dumb lady, this is still so blurry. Why did she take off her glasses? And then she looks at me, and I'm about to tell her, yo, I'm pretty sure this part of the movie is in 3D. You should put your glasses back on. And she jumps me, pins me on the freaking, on the theater seats. There's no one in the theater. And that was my first makeout sesh and kiss, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too
I
bad
don't
you
want
missed
that
out.
from a stranger right now.
Why not?
Because
probably
I think you
missed
gave me
out.
enough of that today.
Fine.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough of the kiss.
That's enough of that.
Let's do like a Christmas one. It's the holidays.
All right. You know what? Just submit your one sentence descriptors of your story to Riley
On
in Discord right now.
And I'll pick one.
And we'll pick the best one. All
I'll
right?
pick the best
Those
one.
are
I'll take a
all
look.
little things that you could bump off of.
I
Yes.
can't believe that you would miss out on the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland like that.
Yeah, I really did not pay attention.
The iconic,
Yeah, it was.
the iconic Tim Burton.
Everyone
I would have
just-
been like, oh,
dude, everyone's
like,
saying
you're
call
facing
Max.
the wrong way. The movie's that way.
Yo, Vix Mix.
And Vix Mix.
Oh,
Wow.
Whoa.
Vix Mix with the 50.
Oh my God, stop!
Whoa.
Why?
I
What
knew
in
Haley
the
Bell
heck?
would be back.
Oh my God. Vix Mix, thanks for the $50. My last dono of the year, but I want to thank you all for the love and support over the past 5 months. I want you to have a happy holiday and an amazing new year. Your favorite auntie Vix Mix loves you all. Vix Mix, thank you so much. Spreading the Christmas cheer.
We love you too, Vix Mix.
Thank you,
Haley
Auntie
Bell.
Vix
Favorite
Mix.
auntie.
Happy holidays.
Haley Bell.
Yeah, get the Nobels in the chat. Get the Nobels in the chat.
$100
100
donation.
smackaroos.
There's nothing. Just shh.
Sent us straight over into the next
Nobels.
30 minutes.
Wow.
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 I will not be out wowed, sir. Wow.
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 All right. We got some more donos in the super chat. Oh.
We already
I think we got all
Let me
those.
refresh just in case. I know we just got.
All
crazy
right.
time.
And Simply Rain 3. You want to read that?
Yeah, Simply
Coda.
Rain 3, thanks for being a member for 1 month. I got told at my Christmas party that they were selling my property, so I don't have a job. Oh, also call Max. Well,
That sucks. That is not in the
that,
Christmas
well,
party.
you'll
you
get
just-
another one. Hey, I have full faith that you will find gainful employment sooner than you think, and it'll probably be better than the job that you just had.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Sassy Sin LPC, thanks for the 7 Canadian dollars.
Mm-hmm.
My parents told me I was adopted and then told me Santa wasn't real. It backfired, and I believed I was adopted, and I'm not. LOL. Wait. Yeah, it seems like a bad timing. So they're like, we're going to tell you one truth and one lie. You're adopted and Santa's not real. And you're like, I'm adopted? And they're like, no, Santa's not real. Are you sure? Just for the rest of your life, you're like, am I though? Am I adopted?
And is Santa real?
It's all right, Sassy Sin LPC. You're not adopted.
We got one a little bit above there.
think.
I think.
Well, yeah, we do. I'm reading the Discord. I'm getting some direct messages. I think I might have someone, but again, I'll message
right.
you.
D, thanks for the $15.
Yes, D, thank you for the 15 and for your flying pair.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Max, if you want to submit a story, we could call you. We could.
Dakota, Earthleen Shylene, thank you for the £5 and for your first dono on the super chat. Dakota be so. What does that? Is that an acronym?
And to be clear, Santa is real. To be clear.
Oh yeah. To be clear, Santa is real.
Santa is real.
For everyone watching,
when
wait,
people
for all the people watching and the kids are hearing this, just know that kids, we're doing a grown-up joke. Grown-ups like to joke about Santa not being real.
All right, Mister. I went to the movie theaters to watch Alice in Wonderland in 3D.
It was great. It was the best movie experience I've ever had.
All right,
That
Mr.
is the
Tim Burton's
craziest statement
Wonderland.
I've ever heard come out of your mouth. I've heard some crazy things, but that is the craziest statement you've ever said.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the greatest cinema you've seen.
I'm gonna get back into this dono. Earthleen Shylene says, Dakota be so Twitter. Woo, I am on team. Dakota, Everin, Northern Ireland. I'll be your tour guide. Love you all, though. Couldn't get through without every one of you.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Thank you, Earthleen Shylene. And if I ever am in Northern Ireland, I'll hit you up. Bug,
just keep donating.
thank you for the $2. Bug says, Sam, the children. And again, it's like we've
We're
made
making a
we've
grown-up
made it
joke.
clear that Santa is real. We were just joking.
Yes, and also
Sometimes it's hard for kids to understand how grown-ups joke around.
Yeah.
So just let them know. It's when you get older, you'll understand the joke.
Yeah.
Angie, thanks for being a member for 9 months. I was just watching on my TV while wrapping my gifts and had to get on my phone to type a message and to like the stream. Team Max. Max is like everyone. Should we just call Max?
If he has Max, you better have a
Call Max.
story.
All right, you want to just call? Is that okay with you, everyone? Instead of just taking
I
a Discord call,
guarantee
we'll call
everyone
Max.
in chat's gonna say.
And then if you get to 1,000
Max.
likes, Max will somehow instantly appear here.
We will. All right. To
Is that what the people
appease the
want?
people, we're gonna call Max, and he's going to give us a story
All right.
about something.
Is that our technical?
He's going to
wheel
give us a
spin call?
1-minute story to appease the chat. The chat,
Yeah,
That's our wheel spin
wild.
call. If that's okay with the chat.
Max will give us a story, and then with the 1,000 like is off the table. Although we should want to try to get to 1,000 likes regardless.
No.
Because that's two extra wheel spins.
No, Max
No.
is still on the board. Max will be
Max,
here in person to read a story.
For 1,000
if we
likes.
get 1,000 likes. But right now,
Okay.
Max is our call because
Max is our call.
Max is making it all about Max right now.
Well, they're
Yeah.
going to have to prove it to me because I feel like after they get this Max call, a lot of the fire is going to die down. So they have to prove it to me that they can get that 1,000 likes.
we
you know,
still have
after their
donuts.
first
We still have
episode.
donuts.
Wait,
Hold on, hold on.
Let's
I think
hit
let's
through
yeah.
it. Let's
Let's
hit through
go
it.
up. I think did we not have more
Yeah,
after
right.
Bud?
We're gonna read
Angie,
a story, then we're gonna
Max
do a
one,
Max call.
and then okay,
Yeah,
yes.
we got
Do
more. We
read
got
all
more.
of
We got
this?
more. We have more. We have more, guys.
Gene Janice, thanks for the $10. Found you guys a few days ago. You really found. You've really found you guys. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I've been having a tough time lately, and you guys have really helped pick me up. Well, Gene
Well,
Janice,
thanks, Gene.
we're thankful that we could pick you up. And
Gene
Eva, thanks for the 9
Janice,
months
Gene
of
Janice.
membership. When does part 2 of Wife Cheating May Ruin My Life come out? Hi, love you.
Ooh.
Not sure.
Say it
Maybe
back.
soon.
Just
Say
stay
it back.
tuned for that.
Love you too.
Yeah, there it is.
and then-
what
is
a
that
good
it? Is that
boy.
it?
No, I
You
think we
too,
got more.
Eva.
We got more where? Kimberly Holly, thanks for the $2. Snowstorm in Midland, Michigan. Pray for us so that we will. Lori, thanks for the 149 and a little mustache emoji. What else we got?
We are
we got
all
that.
cut
We
up
are all
there,
cut up.
and now we will go
Certifiably
certifiably Jen.
Jen.
Thank you for the $5. My
Nice.
19-year-old has special needs and only says a few words, but when y'all started joking about Santa, he looked at y'all and said, "Lie." I love you.
He caught us. He caught
He
us.
knew the joke.
He knew the joke. DJ Tozer, thanks for the $5. Glad to catch the live stream. Happy holidays to the OK Storytime gang. Thank you for sharing the stories with us. P.S. Hope Max will participate with the stream again. We're going to call him in a little bit. Don't you worry. And
What'd you call me? What'd you just call me?
7925. Thanks for the $40. Listening to the stream while cleaning my chinchilla cages.
Ooh.
That's cool. Love you guys. And
Oh.
Haley Bell. That was
I mean, we read it, but say
Wow.
thank you.
$100. We appreciate you. All right.
Did we finally do it?
All right, no, we're going to read a story because some people want us to read stories, and then we will call Max. Okay?
It's not like that's the whole
It's
premise
not
of
like
the
there's a whole
show.
bunch of the show.
All right, hold on. I got to start a new mega because you guys are wild.
We are wild.
Oh, we're wild and crazy
Wild
guys.
child.
He's all wild and
All right.
crazy guys.
Am I connected to the
Let's check.
to Let's View?
I don't think you are anymore.
Oh, here we go. Gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, if everyone, yes, a lot of people are still talking Max. And some people are saying they hear an echo from me. No.
All right, how
It
about
comes
now?
and goes. I've checked. It cut. It just like I've tried to
Can you
fix
hear
it.
me now?
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Can you hear me now?
Might be the cable.
Yes. Yes.
Could
there we
be
go.
Line
All right.
line level.
All right, we're
interference.
gonna do another story, and then we're gonna call Max. Max.
Max isn't that interesting.
Lala just dunked on Max. You hear that, Max?
Max, all right, I want you to prepare your 1-minute story, all right?
Your
You have a
most
1-minute
interesting.
story, your most interesting 1-minute story. Prove Lila wrong. Max is interesting, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a very interesting man.
He seemed like a favorite or an interesting character.
He
to
is an
me.
interesting character. Max, 1-minute story. Think about it right now while we read this next story. So, my husband defended me against my toxic sister. I told him to not apologize.
Hey, take your apology, throw it away. All right, we don't need it.
This is my first time posting here, but I've commented a lot, so I'm using a new account to stay anonymous. I, female, am the youngest of 7 kids. The problem I have is with my eldest sibling, my sister Mary. Mary has always undermined and judged my choices growing up. By the way, this comes from plus apricot 2067 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, for example, when I wanted to take a gap year after high school to save money for university, Mary told me it was a bad idea and that once I took a gap year, I'd never go back, just like her. I almost didn't go through with it because she made me second guess myself. To be fair, it is hard to restart school after taking time off, to be fair.
It is.
But not impossible.
It's
And
not
you're no Mary.
impossible. I actually have a friend who did that.
Yeah. A lot of people did it during COVID.
That they
during
like
the
took
vid.
he took a gap year and did the Peace Corps
Oh, that's
and then-
sick.
and then went back to
That's
school.
sick.
Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't go back to school after doing the Peace Corps. I feel like I would have too much perspective.
I feel like it jazzed him up. Like he wanted to do like forest rangery.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So then after the gap year, I changed my major maybe to forest something, whatever you just said, after the first semester. And she yelled at me for hours about how I was going to ruin my life and waste all my money since I couldn't make up my mind. I have countless examples of times she made me cry from yelling or maybe question my decisions. And at the time, I felt compelled to listen to her. After meeting my husband, then boyfriend, and getting a therapist, they both helped me realize I needed distance from Mary because she's extremely toxic and both emotionally and verbally abusive. It took a lot of effort, but I finally went no contact with her. I finished university, got a job in my chosen field, thanks to my brother-in-law, moved in with my husband, and eventually got married.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it sounds like a little picture-perfect life. Angela Connolly says, "Don't say that. My son is on gap year. And he's never going back to school, is he? Never." Kidding.
Very well go back to
You could
school.
go back
Just because
to
this
school.
one person's not going back to
Go
school
back to
doesn't mean
school.
it really. I think it depends on what you're doing your gap year
Yeah,
for in
yeah.
terms of like what the percentage chance of you going back.
I did a study abroad, which is like half a gap year, kind of.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I went back to school.
Where'd you
did.
study abroad?
I went to Australia.
No, you went to the homeland.
I went to my motherland. And then I went to Thailand for a couple months, which was also fun. So
Cool.
moved in with my husband and eventually got married. For the first time in a long time, I felt truly happy. I still see Mary during family events and holidays. I hate seeing her, but it's my family too, and I don't want to miss out because of her. However, she always finds a way to ruin the holiday for me. She often takes digs at my husband saying she doesn't like him and that I could do better.
Hey, maybe shut up.
Yeah.
Just thinking maybe shut your mouth a little bit right
Maybe
there.
mind your own business. And B Hope Art says my gap year turned into 7 years.
But you went back. Yeah.
I think that just might be like
It's called a
currently
gap
it's
for a
7
reason.
years.
Currently, it's at 7 years.
It's a gap for a reason.
7 gaps.
Yeah, it's like a 30-year gap year.
Still a gap.
Still a gap. My husband usually tells me to ignore her because he thinks she's only doing it for a reaction. Last weekend, we had our Thanksgiving celebration at my mom's house. When we arrived, my husband asked my mom if we could host Christmas at our place since her house is getting too small to fit everyone. Before my mom could respond, Mary jumped in saying, "We shouldn't offer a home we didn't buy," and then called my husband an effing nepotism baby. Yet all you renters out there, don't invite anyone in your home. Ew.
Yeah, ew, gross. I can smell the lack of assets.
Yeah.
Ew. And it's the smells hitting the back walls of my nose.
I think I might catch it, you know. Ugh. That comment made me mad because she knows nothing about my husband's situation. My husband inherited our home from his grandfather after he passed away, so her saying that was incredibly insensitive.
Yeah.
Both my mom and I told her off, and she quieted down for a bit. But during dinner, my brother asked me how work was going, and Mary chimed in again, claiming, "I probably don't know since my husband is rich."
Oh, Mary, Mary, Mary. Would you please shut your mouth, Mary?
Someone seemed a little jelly.
Just if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say
Don't
anything
say
at
it.
all.
I corrected her, explaining that we're not rich and that I work as a preschool teacher, and she knows this. Caitlin Van Campen says, "You just made me gag."
Yeah, that's why I started laughing after I made that noise, because I realized, oh no, I might have just triggered some people. Because I literally, my last roommate was like it wasn't that bad, but he was like a sympathetic gagger.
Oh, sympathetic gagger.
So if like someone did that around him, then he would like have to stifle the
Yeah.
urge to do it as well.
Oh, Drew?
So,
Yeah.
so he just
It's so
doesn't
funny.
get deep head or anything, right?
Yeah, no, that's off the table, 100%.
So I corrected her,
Yeah.
explaining that we're not rich and that I work as a preschool teacher. And she knows this. Standing up for myself seemed to completely set her off. She yelled at me, saying I was only working there because I couldn't handle the other program I was in. and that she knows I'm not happy with my temporary job and I should be pursuing a more serious career.
So if she keeps this up, I'm stealing this from someone in chat had a great idea. If she keeps this up, record her.
Yeah.
Get this on record. Like, just record the audio and
sucks.
sit on that. Sit on her just being a monstrous meanie to you,
Mhm.
and see if, at some point that comes in handy.
Mm-hmm. But Mary kept yelling, tearing into my life choices. I got anxious and nervous, as I always do when she yells. It brings back trauma she caused me. I tried to defend myself, but started stuttering, which made her escalate. My mom and siblings tried to get her to stop, but she wouldn't. Then she said something that hurt the most. She called me a disappointment and claimed my mom felt the same way.
How you gonna bring my mom into this?
She is the a-hole.
You keep my mom out of this.
At that point, my husband lost it. He started yelling at her, which is rare for him since he's very usually calm. He swore at her and called her some names, including a fat bee, a see you next Tuesday. He also called her evil and said no one in the family liked her. It turned into a screaming match.
He really got her with like the 1-2 and then the uppercut at the end there.
Yeah, the knee to the groin.
The
Yeah.
Hadouken.
Kidney hit. Yeah.
And she came back and she said, "Small wee wee." That's, I don't know. Sorry, I just had to. I'm guessing if they got into a screaming match, I bet you that got said.
I mean, it has to. It has
Yeah.
to. You know, it's in the arsenal of childhood playground tactics.
It's like pretty much the big nuclear bomb you can
Yeah.
you can throw out on any guy.
Oh, so
Just go no.
Princess Tikatu.
No,
Sam, good job. Way to go, Sam.
No, like
Princess Tikatu.
nodding, like it's like when you shake, when you shake your head and say like yes or no. It's like
Yeah,
like,
because sometimes
No,
giving
don't-
someone
when you're
No,
getting
no,
ready,
no,
when
no,
you're getting
no,
ready
no.
to throw up, when you're
Keon-
getting ready to throw up, that's how your head goes. You go,
No,
Keon's
no.
giving head right now. That's what it is.
Stop. No, because guess what? Now,
Anyway, turned into a screaming match. My mom tried to calm Mary down and my husband, but neither of them would stop. My husband and I ended up leaving and going back to the Airbnb we were staying at. The next day, we went back to my mom's house. My husband apologized to my mom for yelling and ruining dinner, but said he wouldn't apologize to Mary. Since then, my mom has been calling me, asking me to get my husband to apologize to keep the peace. Mary still lives with her, and my mom is tired of her ranting about how rude my husband was and cursing him out. But I told my mom, I'm not going to make him apologize. No, sirree. I know he was rude, and some of the things he said were harsh. But Mary was also rude and always rude, and no one is telling her to apologize to us.
exactly.
Mhm.
If there's gonna be an apology, then there need to be two.
It's coming around the mountain. You know?
Yeah.
What you say is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So, would I be the a-hole for not telling my husband to apologize just to keep the peace with my sister? I know that neither of us owe Mary anything, but apologizing would make things easier on my mom. We do have an update, but I want to pass this question off to my beautiful, lovely chat and Dakota and Keon. Do you think OP should have their husband apologize to keep the peace? Why or why not?
Look, I didn't hear exactly everything that was said, right?
He called her see you next
But-
Tuesday and a fat witch.
But she came at him first.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It sounds like look, I mean, you always want to be, the bigger person is like thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, however, I don't know if you
But it's
need
not who
to,
comes first, it's who comes last, I feel. And like that's like
I agree, and which is why I think that you need to determine whether or not you even want to keep Mary around if she's going to continue this sort of behavior. And if not, then I don't think your husband needs to apologize to Mary. I think he can say, "See you never."
yeah.
We're done.
See you next Tuesday
See you
already.
next Tuesday.
Yeah.
If I was the husband, I would probably want to make things as easy as possible for my wife. And so if that means repairing things with the sister, I'd do it. If that means repairing things for the mom, I'd do it. But what it sounds like is OP does not want that.
Yeah, OP herself is like, don't you dare apologize to my sister.
Apologize.
She sucks.
Yeah, and
and she's wrong.
Oh, we got a big tip.
Oh, Whitney said, I need that round number. I need that round thing in my face.
I need that round number.
Thanks for the 50 buckaroonies.
And now the chat is at a very round number of $1,021.43. I'm sorry, Whitney, if I just rained on your parade. But thank you for the $50 donation in the tip link, no less.
I think honestly,
I mean,
if I was OP and I was like, oh, I just want to make things easy for my mom. I would probably just have my husband apologize and ask for that, but say privately to the husband, like, hey, like, honestly, like, I appreciate you standing up to her. I don't know if it's ever going to result in better familial dynamics and less drama for you if you're just thinking about your own experience by having outbursts like that. So, like, by principle, I would say, like, avoid those just to avoid drama.
Yeah.
But
I do agree with that in most situations, but this one's so, like, she clearly has, like, a deep-seated issue with the husband for some reason. It's like she just doesn't, like, she's like, Rich, he's a rich boy and you have to work, blah, blah, blah. So if you apologize, then the problem's just going to persist.
Yeah, it's kind of like that idea about, like, the playground bully that keeps picking on the kid, and then you kind of just need to stand up once and the bully stops picking on you,
It could, I guess it could be. If her apology comes first, I say by all means apologize.
I was gonna say maybe she knows her family better than the husband, and like if you apologize, they'll just
that's true.
Take it as a sign of weakness or something.
That's
I don't know. I don't know.
OP says it would make things easier for the mom, who is like less. Although I feel like the mom was taking.
She took Mary's side.
Yeah, and she's not saying anything. So, like, why would you want to make it easier on the mom?
Mary needs to apologize first. That is the order of operations here.
Also,
Mary apologizes first, and then you can be like,
Mary's
yes,
not
and
apologize.
I also went too far. And what did you just say?
Huh?
Mary's not gonna what?
Mary's not gonna apologize.
Exactly. So no apology needed.
Yeah, if I would say that. Like, I would apologize if I get an apology first.
I think this apology Cold War is never a good way to resolve issues. Like, I think you need to apologize first. Honestly, like, I think, like, if you believe you've done something wrong, always apologize. And I think just on principle, I think that just makes your life less dramatic. However, what I would say is you don't need these people in your life. I think you apologize and exit. I think you say, hey, if I was the husband and I was OP, I would say, husband, I think you need to apologize, but with this stipulation. Hey, Mary, I am sorry that I had that outburst, but I feel like you have been systematically tearing me down and systematically tearing my partner down. And because of that, I really don't think you are someone that we can have in our lives right now because you are not respecting our boundaries. And you set that boundary and you go low contact. That is a way that you preserve the high road and preserve your personal space and boundaries.
I think you nailed it right there, actually. That was like the guru Buddha under the tree, like, answer, because the apology at that point's not even for Mary. The apology is for you.
Apology is for you.
Apology is for the husband.
And a way
to cleanse his own moral palate, so to speak, and then say, hey, this is why that happened. Mm-hmm. And also, moving forward, we will not be in communication with you.
It's kind of like a way to allow Mary to listen to you. Like, the apology is a Trojan horse almost, right?
Yes.
It's like, hey, Mary, I need to apologize. You go in with the apology and then you slip in the low contact, no contact kind of thing,
Exactly.
It's not high road for high road's sake. It's high road for your own boundaries and your own sanity's sake.
And then she can never play the card, well, he never apologized for what he said to me. It's like, well, yeah, he did.
No,
he did that right before he told you, and we're never talking to you again.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And so I think, like, generally, if you can always act within, like, your highest values, you will have a way less dramatic life while also being able to establish your boundaries.
Yeah.
But
Truly beautiful advice that was just cracked open
Yeah.
by Sam over here.
But chat wants to be petty. Chat wants to be petty. I'm down. I'm down with
Hey.
hey, no one's perfect. Every once in a while, you got to be petty.
I
right?
got lost in the pettiness on that one for sure.
as we
But
often do.
you showed me the light.
Yeah, but as long, after a couple hours meditating under the whatever that tree is,
Bodhisattva,
the
right?
Bodhisattva tree,
Isn't that what it is?
something like that.
I think it's the Bodhisattva tree.
I forget. Yeah,
And now Bodhisattva is a title, I believe, right? For certain gurus, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Or
Sounds like
Bodhi,
it.
or
But
maybe
we
it was
got
the
an
Bodhi
update.
tree.
We got a freaking update.
I'm gonna figure that out.
We got a freaking update. So I didn't expect my original post to get so many comments. First, I want to thank everyone who responded. Having a group of strangers get upset on my behalf was incredibly sweet and meant so much to me. Thank you all for your support. My husband also wanted me to pass along his thanks as well for standing up for me. I showed him this post and he feels vindicated. His words, not mine. He truly is such a wonderful man and I'm very lucky to have him. I responded to some comments, but I wanted to make a larger post to address the things I saw mentioned the most. First, I called my mom today and told her that my husband will definitely not be apologizing to Mary. He did apologize to the rest of the family. I think that's good for making a scene, though. I feel bad for my mom, but making the original post gave me the courage I needed to tell her this. I don't like seeing her stress, but I need to protect my husband just like he always protects me. 1,000%.
Yeah.
My husband read a couple of comments suggesting he could apologize for the language he used, which I think is something that we were saying here.
Mm-hmm.
He offered to do that, but I told him it wasn't necessary since Mary would never return the apology for what she said. And again, I really don't think apologies should ever hinge on reciprocation, because then it's not an apology, it's a bargaining chip, and it's not a true apology. You should never apologize with the hope of getting an apology back, because then it's not actually real or truthful. So it's an inauthentic apology. My mom said she understood and promised not to bring it up again. I also told her for her own sake to ignore Mary if she starts ranting about it again. Next, I saw a lot of comments about cutting off my mom or going low contact with her, which I think I do agree with, at least going low contact. Also, a lot that were bashing her. I want to say up front that I'm not going to do that, nor do I appreciate those rude comments. I agree that my mom has enabled some of Mary's behavior, but she's not a bad mom. She's always tried to control Mary, but Mary doesn't listen to anyone. I mean, I agree. She might not be a bad mom in your eyes, but to not at least voice that you believe something is wrong, to be a bystander in what you see as really terrible behavior is often a signal of endorsement. And I think like what you have right here is the mom essentially endorsing Mary's behavior in silence.
Is it endorsement through exhaustion though? Like, is it just happened?
Yeah,
Has she
no,
been
it's
down this road so often that she just at this point knows how Mary is?
Yeah, no, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. We should be very empathetic to how much the mother has had to endure at the hands of Mary, but I still think it's like it is her duty a bit,
Yeah.
the mother's duty.
I can
Yeah,
see.
to
At
protect
least
her
just be
children.
like,
Duty.
Mary, what are you doing,
Yeah.
Mary?
Yeah, it
Mary.
it can literally just be like a Mary.
Mary.
Like you can't control what Mary does, but you can just give a Mary.
Yeah.
Like a tisk tisk tisk. Tia says mom is in self-preservation mode. A dash of star says agreed. A lack of argument is taken as agreement. And also Amanda K. Love says Dakota, Bodhi is the tree, Bodhisattva is the teacher.
I actually realized that in real time as I said that and then looked it up. It's the Bodhi tree.
Sienna T says always apologizing placates abusive behaviors. Only apologize if it actually is beneficial to the party apologizing. Otherwise, doing it to be the bigger person is useless. So just to comment on that, apologizing when you don't believe you need to apologize is inauthentic. You don't apologize just to placate the other person. You apologize if you've done something wrong. So if someone is abusive to you and you use language that you didn't like to use, or you acted in a way that was not adhering to your values, then you apologize, and then it comes from an authentic place. But yeah, agreed. Don't apologize just to apologize. But if you apologize from an authentic place and then set boundaries, I think good things come from that.
Agreed.
But she's always tried to control Mary, but Mary doesn't listen to anyone. My mom raised 7 kids on her own. Our dad passed away when I was 2, and Mary was 14. It's impossible.
And Mary was 14. Right in the right under the. That was like, yeah, that was beautiful.
Also,
beautiful
isn't it
saying.
weird how 14 is kind of like the opposite of the number?
Of the number.
Like I feel like
What?
if I was to read out that number, I would say teen 4.
Read.
It's it's impossible.
Thank you. Doing my job.
It's impossible to pay attention to everything with so many kids. And I don't blame my mom for not being able to stop the abuse when it started. I didn't even know it was abuse when I was a kid. I thought
Now I can't stop thinking about it, Sam. Why do you only think about that about 14?
Well,
what
all
about
the teens.
what about teen 3, teen 4,
well,
teen 5?
but think about 24. The 2 go. It's 20 and then it's 4. 34. But
Cannot
the
argue with
teens,
this.
the
Are you
teens
trying to
are
make?
reversed? The teens are reversed. Why is that?
All right, Sam, go
cannot
make a time
argue with
machine and
that.
go back and be like, we're gonna make it teen 3, teen 4.
I think that would be more consistent.
No.
Or it should be 10-4.
Or would it be teen 3 or teen 30?
10-4. You want 10-5,
It would be
10-6,
teen 3.
10-9.
So it'd be
Teen 3,
4,
teen
oh,
4.
no.
Like anyway.
Teen
Read,
fifth?
read.
My mom worked a
Read.
lot to support us when we were kids, and unfortunately for all of us, this meant that Mary was forced to take on a parental role. And since I was the youngest, it made her both very attached and resentful towards me, words from my therapist. My mom has made mistakes, so has every parent, and I'm not going to hold a grudge against the only parent I know. However, I think having a serious conversation with her would be a good idea. I agree. I might even bring her to a therapy session so we can talk about everything Mary put me through.
That would be
That's a great
productive.
idea. That is a great idea. I love that. I haven't talked to her about it much, and what my mom knows is just the tip of the iceberg. She really does try her best to parent us. She always has, but Mary is too much for everyone. Many people ask why Mary still lives at home. I mentioned, oh my God, Mary lives at home. I mentioned this in a comment, but Mary has a chronic pain disease that forces her to take a lot of time off work. Oh, so Mary's in pain. That's why she's acting out.
Yeah, that could definitely be a factor.
Yeah, and she probably can't do anything because of the pain, and so she lashes out at everyone.
Yeah,
around
being
her.
in pain can make you nasty.
That sucks. I also think it's another reason why she is so mean.
Yeah.
I won't go into details, but she does have a job, but she can't afford to live on her own. None of my siblings are willing to take her in, and most of them are low contact with her since she treats us all the same. My mom isn't the kind of person to turn her back on her kids, so she lets Mary stay. I also think she does this as a way of making it up to Mary for relying on her so much for childcare. Some comments asked if Mary was abusing my mom. I want to clarify that this isn't the case. For everything Mary has done, she's never put her hands on anyone. Well, abuse can be more than physical. While she does fight like this with my mom sometimes, she treats her much better than the rest of us. The worst thing she does is use my mom as her personal therapist. By the way, if you want to use us as your personal therapist, you can join us live on YouTube and Facebook every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. We're probably live right now. Just tap our profile.
And to clarify, we are not legally therapists
We're
or
not legally
healthcare
therapists.
professionals.
Exactly. We're better.
But
No,
We're free.
these
We're
statements
free.
have not been evaluated by the FDA or any sort of
And they don't have
oversight
to be,
committee.
which is why it's better.
And I think maybe,
But not
they
a
don't have to
replacement.
be.
But not a replacement.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't stop going to therapy
don't
because
stop
you're
going
like,
to
I can
therapy.
listen to OK Storytime.
Yeah, but we're better than nothing.
I guess you're right. Like, I gotta agree
Is that
with
our mantra now?
Yeah.
We're better than
We're better than nothing. Okay, story time.
Clip that.
Better
Someone clip
than
that.
nothing. Oh,
We got a little bit
Better
more
than
to this
nothing.
story. We got
Wow.
someone make some fan art of that or something. I would love to see that
wow.
in text.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. But
we got bits.
we got some.
Does your therapist have bits? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I don't think so. Your therapist ain't as fun as us. Would you invite your therapist, over for drinks? That sounds a little to a party.
Yeah, I would.
You know what's funny is you still haven't
So they can see me in the wild.
Never mind. I don't want to spoil
So watch
anything
what?
for you. Don't worry.
No.
What?
No.
Neither here nor there.
What are you?
No.
Neither
They keep
here
it
nor there.
professional.
Neither here nor there.
Oh, you totally gave me a there.
Low key.
You pointed to a there.
What did he
I
dare you?
did a little, but
You pointed to it there.
There's
He's
more-
giving me soprano freaking
there's
spoiler.
more going
Don't-
on
all right,
there
shut-
than you
shut-
think.
shut-
Sam, it's been out
shut-
for so long.
I know,
You're
and I'm
spoiling
just getting
yourself for
to
not
it.
watching it until now.
It's like it's so old that like no one should be talking about it, and so if they are, they're specifically spoiling my experience of it.
You're basically at the point that I'm theorizing. You're at.
We haven't been able to watch a lot because Christian and Sophia and I don't have like the same schedule.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Just put it
okay.
on just
It'll
put
be
it on the
okay.
monitor. or something.
we got some more, but I feel like we've talked through this, so let's get straight into this update. So
I think
Mary
that's
is
fair.
absolutely not coming to Christmas. I was never planning to invite her, and my husband would never allow her within 20 feet of our home. She will throw a fit, but we don't care. I love the holidays, and for once, I'd like to spend them with people who actually care about me. I also think it's a good idea to take your advice to avoid family gatherings if Mary is present. That will be hard because I don't want to miss time with the rest of my family. Maybe it's just something that you have to endure for a little bit.
I don't agree with avoiding all family gatherings because of one person, because then I always feel like that person is quote unquote kind of like winning the situation.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't
win.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even about winning, to be clear. That's why he said quote unquote.
Coming from us.
It's more just about like you don't want your freedom of movement to be impacted because someone's presence at the party that you don't like or don't get along with, like, is
easy
going
to
to keep
say,
you from being
Dakota,
there.
from someone who's winning.
Hey, I've had my fair share of losses. Okay,
I don't know. Someone has a Zen garden in their new apartment.
maybe, but
Do
no
we?
one's found it yet.
Do we have a new one?
No one's found it yet.
So I'll just make plans with them individually. Once again, thank you to everyone who commented. You've given me a lot to think about, and I'm planning to share some of your comments with my therapist to work through them. Some of them hit me hard, and I need time to unpack everything. This will be my last update, and I'll be deleting this account sometime after posting this. Take care, and I wish you all the best from both me and my husband. We hope you have a wonderful holiday, and that is where that story ends.
We hope it stays wonderful for everybody out
Stay
there watching,
wonderful,
and for you
stay
as well,
beautiful.
OP.
But I believe we promised the people
We did promise a max call.
story, a max call.
You get a
So
call,
You
Max?
can make it a little longer than 1
Make it
minute.
like-
It's not like we did spin a call on the wheel. It can be just a normal call. But we can also press him to make it funny.
well, yeah, this
We
is
should just be like, "Hurry up, Max! Hurry up!"
creativity loves constraints. That's where
Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna
all
write
right.
that down.
That is not my own, but it is a great one. And I'm going to pull up the next story. Is Max in the Discord?
No, I don't think so.
Max, why aren't you in the Discord? All right, I'm going to call him the old-fashioned way.
And Max, no cursing.
No cursing.
Yeah, Sam.
What do you mean? I have never
Sam.
ever cursed.
Max.
I've never cursed in my whole gosh darn life. Do you want to read some donos while I'm pulling this up?
Yes, AK. Thank you for the $10 dono in the tip link and your strong silence. We appreciate that. Amanda Oliver, thank you for $20. You guys are the best. Much love, and a little series of like red, yellow, green hearts, like a little Rasta
What flag
hearts.
is that? Oh, Rasta hearts.
It's a little Rasta.
Rasta.
Rasta. And then into the super chat, please. Into the super. I think
Did we
No,
read?
so
I don't know if we
we've
read all of these.
We've read.
Whoa, I don't know.
No,
if we
we
read
Oh
the
yeah,
one below.
beneath wit. Julia Tattoo, thank you for the $5. My dad played Santa at my elementary school when I was 7. I didn't notice at first, but he has a very big nose, so the beard didn't hide his identity. Probably the best way to find out. I love my dad. Thank you for this year. I always listen to you when drawing
Wait,
every
your
day.
dad is Santa?
Love from NL.
That's crazy.
Where's NL?
New
Love from
Orleans?
NL.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Cool. For a second, I was like, where are my One Piece fans at? We got NL in the chat.
What about One Piece?
Santa's wheel.
Brittany ICU Lynn, thanks for the $5. Over 700 watching and under 600 likes. Get on it. Like the stream. Now we have over 600 likes. So
And I believe
you
that
guys
is we're caught up.
gotteth on it.
Now we are caught up.
We got this one?
Certifiably
Yes, we
Jen.
are definitely
Yeah,
we are caught up now.
Okay. We got some
And we
super
got some
chats
more
to
super
read.
chat.
Anna Moon, thanks for the $20. Howdy doodle,
Howdy
y'all
doodle.
handsome men. I hope you're doing well. Also, please like the stream. Please, please, please.
Howdy doodle, Ann.
Jean
Or
Janice,
Anna.
thanks for becoming a night member. And Vix Mix, another 5 gifted memberships, making the community grow a little bit more
Whoosh.
every day.
Ka-ching,
and with that,
ka-ching. Welcome, I knight thee.
Let's
I knight thee,
frickin'
Jean
call.
Janice. I knight thee, Vix Mix.
Wait,
I knight thee, Anna Moon.
you said One Piece, and I still can't believe you haven't noticed it, Dakota.
No, I've been noticing.
Okay, good. I'm really happy that you have.
Hell,
Chopper's
Gomez,
crying
co-founder and
face.
CEO of Breathwork speaking.
hell.
Let me, wait, all right. Let me
Can
see
you
if
hear
Max
him?
sounds good.
Can you hear him?
Talk,
Have
Max.
you heard?
Can you hear him?
Have him talk.
Talk. Say your full name and title.
Hey, chat.
We can hear him a little bit. You just have to talk a little bit louder.
I think maybe put him on top of the mic instead.
How about now?
Can you hear me now?
Is that better?
Yeah, we can hear better.
Okay. Max, please give the title of your 1-minute story.
A 1-minute story about what? Who I am?
No, just your best story.
Give us your 1-minute life story.
Yeah, your 1-minute best story. It could either be how we initially met. It could be
Max's first kiss.
Oh, your first kiss.
Max's first kiss.
Maybe how you.
Lily, this is the worst time because I'm setting up for a dinner party right now, and I have to hop.
Oh well, luckily you only
only got a
have to
minute.
talk for 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Give me other story topics.
Your first kiss. Maybe you meeting your co-founder. I like that story of that. I don't know, like you with
Give us first kiss.
Didn't you have a first kiss or when you were talking to who's the guy with the Justin Bieber guy or Taylor Swift guy?
Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun. Yeah, when you had when you were talking to Scooty.
Scooter. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you about the story of when I lost my virginity.
Well,
No, we said first kiss, Max.
We said first kiss.
First kiss.
Oh wait, what? He either hung up or I hung up.
This is longer than a minute, guys.
Max. We can't say that, Max. Think of the children.
Cassandra says, "Hey guys."
Yes, Cassandra. Cassandra Kanaba, thanks for the $25. Hey guys, love you all.
Your call has
But last time Sam got my name wrong. It's Canaba.
Canaba. Well, that was the call for Max. You guys got it.
Canaba.
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 I think it was Canaba.
Canaba.
Cool. But
anyways, hope everyone has a good and stress-free Christmas. Donate. Eiley, thanks for the $5. I have spinal damage from 2 car accidents.
Ooh.
I'm a walking bad luck accident. We'll have to put it in the subreddit sometime. I deal with pain constantly, and not only am I not an a-hole, I went back to school and got my degree. She's got no excuse. Love you all. You are awesome, and I hope that improves over time. And you are right. It is no excuse to be a nasty little booty hole.
Booty hole.
Goth
Who said
Princess.
it?
First, sorry. Goth Princess.
I
has been
would
asking
like
for
extra
ours.
large. I am an extra large because I like to shrink everything I wear.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. It depends on the size, Goth Princess. If it's like a loose shirt, I'd like it a little bit more with like large. If it's like a tighter, I don't know. If it's gonna be like cotton, just do a large.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm one of those like slim fit guys. I don't know.
Also, can we put a poll up? Does
Keon's
that
slim
count
thick.
as our call, or would
No.
you guys like to do another call?
No, that can't count as the
That
Okay.
can't
call.
count as a
All right,
call.
then let's pick someone from the Discord.
Then I gotta look at that. So we gotta read another story.
Okay.
You made me stop.
Amanda K, thanks for the $5. Thank you for guys keeping me company at work. I'm new to the live streams from a bit ago, but I've been listening on Spotify for 8-ish months.
All right. Hey, Amanda.
We love to see it. We love our Spotify listeners. Shout out
we
to you
do.
guys.
And welcome to the live stream.
Are we sure we read all of those? All of them?
I'm almost positive. Yeah,
Haley,
read that
AK,
one. Yep.
you guys are the best. Much love. Yep, we got them all.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Oh, and Hannah tipped $15. And Silent Hannah in this chat. Bella, we should have a do-over with a call. We will. Don't you worry. Thanks for the £2. Mella, 6815. Thanks for the $5. My belt almost made me fall down the stairs trying to be sneaky. I wanted to see how the gifts got to the tree without a chimney. Because sometimes if you don't have a chimney, you have to stand to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, like, does
He
just
phase
come
shifts through
through the window? He just
walls.
walks through a wall. Oh my God, that's terrifying.
All right, we're going to do another call after this story. A real call, not your savior. Where's your savior, Max, now? He has forsaken you.
Also, I can't remember who asked me this. This is a complete random thing for Hunter x Hunter. My favorite character at first was Leorio, and then, of course, it's gone. It's my favorite's gone now. But at first, it was Leorio. Okay.
All right.
That was for whoever asked that a half hour
we
ago.
got another story. Keon is going to find someone to call after this next story.
I will.
So don't
just
you worry. Go
message
little heads.
Riley on
Riley.
Discord. Yes.
On Discord.
Yes.
If you haven't joined the
I
Discord,
know we
go
have a couple
to
already, but I'll check.
discord.gg/OK storytime.
Yes.
We
go
got
join.
one more D-Red in the...
D-Red, thanks for being a member for 2 months. Glad I made this channel part of my life. I like listening to the content while working for the Blue Vest Mafia. I have stories from that place.
Is that? I think I know where that is.
To r/OK Storytime.
I think that's. Look, I'm a new person now. Who am I?
Whoa.
I think I know where you're working, and we won't give them a free sponsor.
Nuh-uh. No, we shan't. All right, let's freaking do this. So, my brother ignored us for years, and now he wants part of the inheritance?
Hey, I heard you guys got a lot of money. Can I have some?
My dad passed away almost 2 months ago now. He had 3 children, myself and my 2 older brothers. Being the only girl in the family, my older brothers had a tendency to push me around thinking that they knew more than I did because they were older than me. Whatever. By the way, this comes from Competitive Alps 871 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, once we all became adults, Brother B, I will refer to him, Brother B, let's call him Brad, went off on his own and pretty much alienated our family. Then he got married and he further alienated our family. He had only my parents. He had only my parents, only grandchildren, and I can literally count on one hand how many times he brought them to visit my parents before Brother Brad's own kids became adults in spite of living only 10 minutes away from my parents. So he did not introduce his children to his parents at all. Brother Brad is an insular kind of man.
Yes, he's a little reclusive.
Recluse.
Indeed. He keeps it close to the vest.
The blue vest. As the Brother Brad's children became adults themselves, also living 10 minutes away from my parents, they never visited them. In case anybody is wondering, no, Brother Brad was not abused or anything growing up. He just has always been selfish and self-centered. If anything, he was the spoiled one growing up. Our parents were way more lenient with him than they were with my brother and I. The few times his family had contact with my parents, his wife in particular was quite nasty with my mom. My mom was quite elderly by the time the grandchildren were little, so that further irritated me for her to disrespect an elderly person. Brother Brad could be totally terrible, but often the abuse of childhood is not something we might share even with family members.
Another thing that gets kept close to the vest.
Another thing kept close to abuse.
Yeah, you don't. A lot of people will take that with them through their whole life without ever telling anybody.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case for anybody, try telling somebody you trust.
Yeah.
It's
professional.
not always the cleanest thing, but nobody deserves to have to carry a weight like that around with them their entire life.
Yeah, sometimes even writing it out and not even showing it to anyone can be cathartic itself. Let alone their mother/grandmother. But to keep peace in the family, I'll let it slide. Strangely enough, had I spoken up, I would have been the bad person, and I knew this, and I didn't want to further make waves, so I remained silent. I did speak up pretty tactfully to my dad a couple of times about it, and I already saw it was going to create huge waves, so I let it go. My dad and I did ask Brother Brad a couple times why he rarely visited my parents, and Brother Brad would say he was busy. But he sure made plenty of time for his wife's side of the family. I mean, I get that it happens like that sometimes, so we pretty much just accepted it. We could see nothing was going to change, so why get ourselves upset over something that clearly was not going to change? Fast forward to my dad passing a couple months ago. Brother Brad has been bugging me about Dad's will. I mean, literally, Dad was not even cold in the ground yet. And Brother Brad, who notoriously never called me, suddenly was calling me asking about Dad's will.
That's just such
So distasteful.
thinly veiled, just disgustingly selfish behavior.
It's not veiled. Man is just like, where's my money?
Yeah,
That
well,
death is my check.
True, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
veil. Man is
he
man
could
is
be
being
like,
evil out in the open.
oh, I was just calling to see how
Yeah.
you're doing.
Now that's veiled.
And then also, is there money for
though?
us all? Maybe.
Money, please.
Yeah.
Then he got a copy of the will. All right, wait. Question: do you think Daddy-O put Brad in the will?
Probably.
Eh.
I'm gonna
feel
say
like-
probably.
I feel probably, but like at a much lower level potentially, because Dad only left him his gin collection.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Little surprise, Brother Brad started contacting both myself and Brother Adam. Brother Adam is Dad's executor. I'm guessing he's going to try to talk to us into giving him a percentage of our inheritance because the executor can kind of manage all of the estate.
He
as
executes.
He says. He executes. Now I can say that Dad told Brother Adam and I many times the reason he did this was because Brother Brad had already inherited a large bundle from my dad's two sisters, and Brother Adam and I had not. So Dad kind of wanted to level the playing field, so to speak. Oh, so this is kind of like done out of fairness. It's not like
This
to
is
screw over
equal.
Brad. This is equal. But Brother Brad started this whole conversation by basically saying he guesses he wasn't a very good son or brother, which, yes, I guess you could say that. Brother Adam and I ignored that text of his. Then Brother Brad began making some small talk through text. I initially replied, keeping it brief, but now I'm ignoring those texts also. Brother Adam still somewhat talks with him via text, which I think is foolish, but that's obviously his decision. One of my dad's sisters passed away earlier last year, and Brother Brad was cut out of her will, though she previously signed her house over to him, which he sold for almost $200,000. So, I mean, he's making out with the money from these inheritances.
Multiple inheriti.
Yeah, these
What?
inheriti.
Excuse me?
Like an octopus, Keon. Catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, rude.
Also,
Hereti for short.
we definitely said that wrong, and it's executor, not executor. It's executor. Yeah,
What is
and
this, the
everyone in the
Pokemon?
chat is flaming us
Yeah,
right
what
now
is
for
this,
saying it
Pokemon?
was an executor. He's not a hangman, says this is a.
Wait.
Yeah, executor. And I knew that too, and I just kind of went along with it. But now
Wait,
chat's calling us out. and I can't be
no one
quiet.
said anything to me.
Nah, it was really funny.
We were just. I was kind of going along with it. I thought it was fun. And then chat was like,
all
"Get
right.
a load of these jokers!
It
Don't know how to
made
talk
sense.
right."
Is it not pronounced? Is it not spelled the same?
It's
as
executor.
but it's spelled the same as executor.
Kinda, I think. Yeah, maybe.
Is it not?
It might
Executor.
be. Keon, can you get on that?
Executor.
Yeah, I'll do that.
How do you spell executor and executor?
Just read
All
it.
right, fine. Executor. However,
Unreliable narrator, guys.
astonishing to me, Brother Brad began hounding me and also my dad, trying to persuade us to get Brother Adam to divide his very large inheritance from Auntie. That aunt left the lion's share to Brother Adam, and trust to me, it was a massive fortune. Brother Adam retired.
Wow,
That is big. That's a lot of money.
If you got enough money to retire, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. At least like potentially, close to $1 million.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, probably more than that, but at least $1 million.
At least, at the very least. I feel like you're rushing if you just retire as soon as you get $1 million.
Yeah.
Seems a little rushed. Depending on where you live, maybe.
Well, I mean, I feel like you could retire for $1 million in like most areas around the states that are not cities.
Yeah. But I just mean like maybe just wait, like you can keep going a little.
Yeah,
I guess there's something.
little.
Is there something that stops you? I guess in my head when you retire, it's like there's like a rule. It's like no more work for you. No.
You could like retire from doing stuff you hate.
Yeah.
You could like, if you don't like your job, then you can quit and do something else.
It's like someone catches you working after you retire and they're like, no, we're taking you back to the no work.
A dash
farm.
of Stardust says same spelling, different pronunciation. Is that right?
Yeah. Executor.
Anyway,
Executor.
it was a massive fortune. Brother Adam retired. Now, mind you, our dad was already in hospice by then, almost at 93 years old. He certainly did not need that aggravation of being hounded about his sister and her will. And I know how Brother Brad is. Once he starts on a topic, he just doesn't shut up. He was doing his best to persuade Dad to get Brother Adam to split his inheritance. At the time, I did try to see Brother Brad basically being banned from seeing Dad because, in my honest opinion, Dad didn't need that stress and aggravation. But the hospice staff told me because Dad was still of sound mind, it had to be my dad's decision. So now, here we are again. Brother Brad is doing what he did when our aunt passed away, starting off with small talk, but I'm eventually sure he's going to be working his way into asking that the inheritance be split up. Incredible, or should I say incredulous. At any rate, when this first started happening, I felt a little bit bad because I felt like I just lost my dad. Then I was losing Brother Brad, but I quickly realized you can't mourn a relationship that you didn't have. So I don't feel bad at all. I am not one to ignore people, and yes, it sucks that it's family, let alone immediate family, but quite honestly, I guess he's getting what he deserves after all these years. So, am I wrong for feeling this way? I suppose some people might say he's trying to build a relationship, but a leopard doesn't change his spots, and truthfully, this is his MO. I saw it whenever my aunt passed away, and I can say with 99.99999 certainty, he is never going to try to build a relationship with us / my brother Adam and I.
Okay, so when it comes to the turns of phrase that are like the leopard never changes its spots and you can't teach an old dog new tricks and like people never change, it's like there are people who never change.
A lot of people
but
can
there are
change.
people that do. And it's like a lot of those phrases were invented at a time where like people didn't have the resources that we have now.
To change.
People
like
didn't
therapy and
understand each other interpersonally or even like internally, like personally, the way that they can now.
stuff. Good call out.
So although it is important to like keep people honest if they're changing or not. Like if someone says they're changing, you have to be like, well, that's one thing you're going to have to show me though. Mm-hmm. And then if they renege on that or they backslide to old behaviors, you get to go, hey, remember how you said you were going to change? You're doing the thing again.
I think like if you want a more positive outlook on life, believe that people can change because that means you can too, which is like a beautiful way to look at the world. And it's true. It's true. And there's plenty of evidence of people changing. And you only need some people to be able to change for that statement to be true. Mm-hmm. It's not about everyone.
That's literally what these tattoos are about on my arm. Like that's, can you that's actually what these are. They all say it's a Game of Thrones quote, but it's all a man is no one. And it's essentially the same thing as like from the Iron Giant where it's like we are who we choose to be. It's like at any moment you can wipe your slate off and write something else. And then you can just do that. Like there's nothing stopping you from doing that at all.
And that's the beautiful thing about life. It's like you could go to a new city right now and become a new person or a new town.
At our core, we are blank slates.
Yeah. But that all being said, I really think this is bullshit. This guy's
whoa, hey, whoa, come on.
Like, I think,
what the hell?
I agree though. I do agree. Like
this guy doesn't talk to them for years, and the only 2 points of contact are when the people with the money died. He's trying to get the inheritance. I do not buy it at
No,
all.
yeah.
This is a bunch of baloney. I think he is a leopard, and he is not changing his spots. Although, leopards can change their spots.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes, and I think it's important to put out there.
It's important to stay in the gray. A lot of times in this world we go black and white, where it's all yes, all no, all love, or all hate, and it's like there's middle ground for stuff. But this guy definitely just wants the inheritance money.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Yeah. Also, I just want to shout out Kimberly Fine for saying nuance is beautiful on the last stream. So shout out Kimberly Fine for saying that. If he does try to build a fake relationship, it's going to be brief until he probably would get a chunk of our inheritance. Then I can pretty much guarantee he will be back to ignoring our side of the family. The sad thing is, like Brother A said, we could give him all our inheritance and it still wouldn't appease him. He is just never happy. Nothing is ever enough for him. But hopefully we can be enough for you when you join our live every weekday, 3 p.m. PST, right here on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Twitch. Just tap our profile. We're probably live right now. But yeah, I mean, like, I really do think maybe, you never want to shut the door on someone, ideally, but you also don't want them to damage you and your life and your happiness. So,
I think in this situation, a great thing to do would be to like immediately call him out and see how he reacts.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Hey, so what's going on with the inheritance?" You go, "Oh, so you're just coming back around to get the money, right?" And then if he like starts choking on himself, like, "It's not like I would never do that." It's like, yeah, you would. Okay, goodbye.
I think if this was my brother. And, I have a great relationship with my sister, so it's really hard to see this from like a bad view, or like see what it would be like for this to happen to me. What? Oh, Sophia just came in and said, "I love you." I love you too. Sophia and I do this thing where she'll be like, "Oh, Sam, did you see what's in this cup? Says I love you." Or she'll be like, "Sam, oh my God, we just got this letter from the DMV. It says I have to go in and say I love you today." Oh, I love it.
I could never with my sister. I could never.
But I think if this was like, someone coming into my life, I would try to assume they're coming with the best intentions, but I would just say, "Hey, like, I hope this is not what you're going into. I know you might have just heard, dad died, and you might be wondering about the inheritance. This is what we're planning to do on the inheritance. I want to build a relationship with you, but I don't really want to talk about the inheritance right now in this way with you." And so kind of like dish it all out in like forward.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can start a good relationship from there.
I think you need to also he needs to be held accountable for his previous behavior, like for the years of the silent treatment and the ignoring, like.
And you could say, it's really hard for me to talk to you. Yeah.
I want to grow this thing, but we need to acknowledge our previous, relationship or lack thereof. And like, I don't know. We need to put, if you're going to put that out in the open, then everything needs to come out in the open, or else it's not going to be genuine. Like, he needs to be able to be like, yeah, the reason I was gone for all that time because X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
Or even if he can't give you a reason, to just acknowledge it and like to be like remorseful about it or sorry, whatever.
I think you have to have that conversation to start a connection.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do on both sides.
But it does certainly read like he just wants the money, right?
Yeah. Like if I was a betting man, I would bet this guy is trying to go after the money.
I'd bet my inheritance that this guy wants to take it from me.
Not about the money, Spider-Man.
So there's another relevant update, but let's discuss which we just did, and so we're gonna go into this update. So it sucks, it's sad, but it happens. I was hurt for many years by our brother alienating us, and I was further hurt realizing that even though we may be spoke to him once or twice a year, we would not be speaking to him at all now. That made me sad at first, but really sad to say, I really don't care now. Am I the a-hole for feeling this way, for my decision to ignore brother Brad from here on? I did try many times to have a relationship with that brother and his family. When his kids were little, I would buy them nice Christmas gifts, things like PlayStations, that sort of thing. So I did try to have a relationship with them. They all chose to still ignore me. and this side of the family. By the time the kids were almost 10 years old, I stopped buying them Christmas gifts. What was the point? But yeah, I did try to have a relationship with them, and it failed. And I haven't had this happen with family, but I had a friendship that was super important to me that just like kind of disintegrated, and I kept making an effort, and this person just didn't want to make an effort. And after a certain amount of time, you just have to say, all right, that person doesn't want to make an effort. I'm not going to wish them harshly or like speak badly of them, but I'm going to respect that they want this like relationship to die, or maybe die is too harsh, but to peter out, to fade. And just as everyone has every right to keep the relationships they want in their life, and for me to ask for a reason for me to ask for that connection, I feel just I have no right to that. I think a relationship is a two-way street.
It totally is.
Any relationship, the friendship, again, your partnership, your loved ones, it's a two-way street.
And sometimes relationship context can change without. Mass says, was it that girl with the boyfriend Sam? Damn, you guys have great memory. Yes, it was.
I just know your lore.
It was a girl. No, sorry. Was it that girl with the boyfriend? No, it was not. No, sorry.
I was about to say,
friend from college.
Well, I feel like I know why that friendship ended.
No. Sorry, friend from college. From college.
Yeah, that would be a crazy twist, though.
No. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well. Yeah, it does take work, and that's why as we get older, our circles tend to get smaller as we get out of school and out of high school and out of college.
It's harder to maintain
because it does. It takes energy, and it takes a presence, and like when you're in a communal place with a bunch of people all the time, it's really easy to maintain sort of that familiarity and that presence. But as people move on and they like start all their own lives, like it does take a lot of effort to maintain like long distance friendships and to have them maintain the level of meaning and depth that they had in the past.
And especially in a place like America where I feel like there's not many, communal spaces. There's not like these third spaces where people join and congregate as much as maybe, in places like some areas of Europe. I feel like America does it really well in college where everyone congregates and there's this massive sense of community, and then outside of that maybe you get it at work, but most often not.
I think most people would go work. I mean, maybe like church if they're religious.
It's hard and it takes effort. You can do it. It actually is like a problem that I want to work on in general. Like solving loneliness is something I'm super passionate about.
That's actually really awesome.
Yeah. Which is new show is coming out January that kind of addresses that problem. So
stay tuned.
I showed you guys this. That right?
I think so. I don't want to blow it, but I think I have seen it.
Yeah. But
and it's really good, honestly, from what I've seen. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. I'm excited. But with that is the end of that story, but not the end of the stream because we got a call-in to do.
That's right.
I'm going to message her right now.
And
while
we
I'm
got
doing
donos.
that, read them donos.
Lex with a little happy face. Thanks for the $5 through the tip link. Sending love and holiday cheer to the people who cheer us up year-round. Hope you folks have an awesome break. Sam, wishing you a happy time in my home, Mexico City.
Ooh. Yeah, I will be there. When am I going to be there? I'm going to be there the 27th to the 4th.
All right, do you guys want to keep reading the donos or you want to do the call first? Also, I'm going to add 2 minutes because Sam did 2 curse words.
But technically that's 4 minutes, isn't it? Because I think it's 2 minutes per curse word. Right?
Is it?
1 minute per curse word.
It's 1 minute per curse word.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? Keep reading the donos or you want to do the story, the call first?
How did that get in my brain?
Let's finish the donos and then we'll do the calls.
I
so we don't forget.
we've got. I think that's actually everything from the tip link, right?
Did we read?
I think we got all that. I think we got that. Yep, we've got that. Okay.
Let's
go in here. Ninochka Reyes. I hope I said that right. Thank you for the $1. We appreciate it and you being
100.
here. Lola Lita. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. Just popping in to say happy 10 months to me and my love for the OK fam. Lil Sillies.
Thanks.
She did a little emoji. Oli, thank you for the gifted membership. And whoever got that, let us know.
Say thank you.
Say thanks to Oli. I think they might have already done that, actually.
Maybe.
Ninochka, thank you for the $5. I absolutely love you guys. Literally sunscreens ones to you on Facebook.
Oh, subscribe maybe.
Literally. Okay, so I think it's literally
Subscribe.
literally
to you guys.
subscribe to you guys on Facebook.
We
Binge
appreciate
listen
you.
to your podcast on the way from Kansas to Florida and back. Wow,
Love
Ninochka.
that.
Maybe it is sunscreen. Maybe it's just sunscreens.
The sunscreen ones. Maybe that's like for the more pale complexions.
Yeah.
Of the group.
Were you
To the
guys?
sunscreen
Were you and John
ones.
extra pale back in the day when it started?
Probably.
Did you guys? You just never saw the
Dude,
sun?
No, like literally when this started, we were recording. We didn't have a studio. We recorded in our closets often for like 12 hours a day, or in my room that I was sharing. I was sharing the same bedroom as Christian. So in the first few episodes, or not like in the first like 30 episodes, Christian's feet are in the background. And like it's just John and I recording for like 12 hours, and I couldn't afford any food, and so I literally just ate cold cup of ramen, cold like chicken noodle soup cans, and just downed those. And I didn't have any time, so I just downed those, or I made a shake in the morning.
Pause.
Yeah,
You were eating condensed soup
Yeah.
with no water, no
yeah,
cooking.
just
You were
throwing,
raw dogging
I was knocking it
Campbell's
back.
chicken noodle.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And Soylent and Huel. And so I would make a shake
No
in the
free
morning.
sponsors.
Oh, I can
And
only
that was-
imagine what that smelled like,
Yeah, dude. It was.
Oh, dude.
That was literally all I ate. I did, and
You
yeah.
had to have had farts that could knock down a
dude,
field of
my
cows.
stomach was just so bad.
Dude.
And I
Chicken noodle
remember
shots.
also when
Oh
we
my
first
God.
started, like John and I think it was like almost a year in that we were like, oh, like should we like take breaks on the weekend? Because we didn't.
For a whole year?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
We were, and I didn't have a car, and
The
so I
grind is
biked
real.
everywhere.
That's,
Yeah,
wow.
dude, it was.
And
Everyone
that's-
clap for Sam.
It
I
was.
wanna
And
see
that's
some
why,
clapping
you
in
know
your
what?
chest.
Honestly,
Struggle
me
bus.
and Keon are blessed to be here
Yeah.
because, like, that level of hard work and dedication that you guys done has built this beautiful,
Hey, we appreciate it.
beautiful experience that now we get to be a part of and chat gets to be a part of.
It's so fun,
like,
dude. It's so fun.
Truly,
It's so fun. We
God
get to,
bless
like-
you for slamming raw cans of chicken noodle soup.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the journey. It
Thank
makes
you.
it more fun.
Wow.
We
Um,
got 2 more donos, and then we'll give Lil
Brandy
Udon.
Joe, thanks for the $2 and the number 1, and Ollie, thanks for the $2. Love you guys, but it said like Ollie, LMAO.
I thought it might, and I will always call you Ollie now. But sometimes we get names where it's like
You never know. You never know.
It'll turn on you. Like we have an Ayla, who everyone would think it was Isla, but it's Ayla.
Ayla, but I want to go to this call.
All right. I'm going to go and get
Hello.
everything ready. It's going to be Lil Udon. Lil Udon
Oh.
24.
Oh,
And
we know who that is, right? Stella's making a call.
Yeah.
Stella's making a call.
Stella's making a call.
Woo!
Hi, Dakota.
Hi, Stella.
What's up, Stella? How's it going?
Hey, Stella.
Stella, can you hear us?
Hi, Samuel.
How are you? What is your title for your story?
Well, what do you want? Because you had so many prompts. What prompt do you want? Sam. What do you want?
Well, what was
Wait, I thought that
They're
did
gonna-
she not submit?
she's
No,
one.
she did. She has them all. She has them ready.
Uh,
Oh,
Just
she
say-
has every one of
she
them.
has
Who's your
all-
favorite
yeah.
one, Keanu? Read it out.
I mean, did you want the Christmas one? You want to do the Christmas one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's she's found Santa Claus not real. So when she found out Santa Claus was not real, I mean, Santa Claus is real. When she found
Actually,
Santa Claus.
let's do a different one. Because Santa Claus is real.
Guys, if your kids are watching, put on the headphones. We're going to talk about.
You want to do the
Santa.
Christmas party? Do the Christmas party.
Christmas party. Let's do it. What's the title?
You got this. You got this.
Christmas party. Let's go.
Okay, so it wasn't a Christmas party. It was so after a Christmas party event on Christmas Day, actually.
Okay.
Basically, it was for all of the people who worked on Christmas Day. I worked at a hotel,
Okay.
and I was room service. So for context, I didn't have heat in my home. And for Sam, just in case you're thinking of it, no, it was not the trailer from Hades. It was actually a completely different home that I just didn't have heat during the winter. That's a very common theme in my life.
Stella submitted a story like this was like ages ago of the worst living experience like ever. We won't even go into it. But yes, I'm glad it wasn't the trailer from Hades. We do have a little echo. I'm going to turn this down a little bit.
Yeah, turn it down.
Thank you. Okay. So keep going. You're at the hotel. It's cold in your home.
So I would take showers at work because we had a good big size shower that had like a bench to sit and put your stuff on and everything. It was next to the locker rooms, and that shower would stay warm no matter what. If I took a shower at home, I would be in pain by the time I got out. So
Also,
from
Stella, could you pause the stream in the background?
I don't have the stream on in the background.
Oh, perfect. Okay, then you're chilling. Then chat, you're crazy.
No, I think
All right.
they're just delayed.
Okay, cool.
But y'all might be hearing my sister is doing something.
No,
in
we
her
had
room.
some
You're
some
chilling.
echo stuff. It's okay. We addressed
Hot
it.
showers in the hotel. It's steamy. It's beautiful.
So I had just taken a shower and I thought, because like my hair was like perfectly, like it was like damp but almost drying, so my curls were coming out.
Oh,
and
heck
I
yeah.
was in like my elf sweater with my elf pajama pants, ready to leave. And I thought I was gonna have like my early 2000s rom-com moment with this really cute guy, like holding my box of cheddar flavored crackers that he started talking to me about. I had like an instant crush on him. He had a weird last name. It was Stooksberry. We're not gonna say his first name.
Was it
But,
Payne?
Shout out to Doomsbury.
No, it's Stooksberry. Stooksberry.
Okay, that's even better. Dukesbury.
And so
I'm Lord
I'm also
Dukesbury.
imagining. I don't. You've seen Elf. You know that one scene with like Zooey Deschanel, and she's like, "My mom won't." Then
She starts singing, and then he's singing too, and she realizes, "Get out!"
That is the scene that I am imagining right now.
And so I was thinking I was gonna have like my early 2000s rom-com meet cute, and I thought, like we were vibing. Apparently the vibes were just like not there on his end. Apparently I was just feeling like the vibrations of the floor. And so however, because I'm feeling bold, I am feeling like this is my moment. And so I give his coworker my email. I didn't give him my number because I was a 19-year-old female living alone. In a city
very formal.
Yes.
The email,
Electronic mail me.
Yes, I mean you are at work. You're at the hotel.
Yes.
You wanna be a little bit professional. I see. Okay.
In
I didn't
your
have
elf
Snapchat
pajamas.
either or anything like that. So I gave his coworker my email. And so like this was also not the first time that I was feeling like vibes for him, because he would always smile at me, and to me that was like, oh, he's in love. And
Dude.
and so imagine my surprise, because by the way, my supervisor was in on this. My supervisor and assistant manager for the night shift were actually very much like my wing people, because
Let's go.
with the other like guy that I ended up actually dating, they encouraged that. They actually like would work things around so that he was like in my zone when there would be events and stuff.
Wait, so
And
they're
then, like,
orchestrating where everyone
Ooh.
in the hotel is working to make sure you guys are like paired in the same area. That's some matchmaking high level strat. I love that.
Those are high level techniques.
So
Good
like
coworkers.
my supervisor, she knew what was going on. Like she knew that I had a crush on this guy. Now, obviously, like y'all know that when I have a crush on someone, I keep it subtle. I keep it nice and subtle.
Yeah, you
I
don't
let
change your last
anybody know.
name
Yes.
in YouTube or anything.
We all know
No,
that
but-
you fly super low to the ground and you stay cool,
DMV
calm, and
loves
collected.
me. So because of that, like my supervisor, she was helping me like drop hints and everything. So then when I checked my email, he sent me an essay about why he wasn't interested in me.
An essay?
Like it was in MLA format.
You cited his sources.
Oh no!
MLA, he did MLA
Oh.
format and all.
Was it at least nice?
Oh my god, he academically rejected you.
It wasn't nice either. Like, he just like full out rejected me, and I was just like, it's okay because there's a guy in housekeeping who's very touchy feely, so I'm pretty sure he also likes me. I will survive. But then also I went back to my supervisor, and she was like, it's his loss. It's his loss. There are plenty of fits in this.
Yes.
Honestly, just print it out and give him a big old F and like start marking it up. If he's gonna give you an MLA format essay, you know what? Give him a grade back.
You should be like, give it an F and be like, at no point in this essay did you say you love me. At no point in this essay did you convince me that you were gonna, take me on a moonlight walk on the beach and give me a smooch. And so for that,
I did
F-.
actually send him an email back because I didn't ever want to run into him ever again in my life. And so I sent him an email back just basically saying, I don't see us moving forward in this, even so much as a friendship. So I don't think that we should continue our contact. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh,
Dude, yeah, nice. You took the power back.
Hit him back.
But what was crazy is that I was feeling vibes with this guy. It took me forever to figure out about the guy in housekeeping. And when I say forever, I mean, apparently all of the housekeepers knew what was going on. And there was a joke, which is why he was always on every single floor that I was ever in an elevator for. But also, I didn't know it until he had gotten zooted up on like the roof and had come back, like his eyes were like red, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed, and he had just like his inhibitions were as low as my self-esteem was because of Stooksbury. And so he came up right behind me, wrapped his arms around my waist and put his head in the crook of my neck. And I was just like, oh, so you like me.
Well,
I mean, I'm glad it worked out because that very easily could have turned out poorly if you did not like
I'm
him.
glad y'all were on the same page then.
And I'm glad you guys had your little rom-com romance because that is very rom-com-y.
And
One of these days is going to happen. One of these days is going to happen.
I believe it will. There's no doubt. And honestly, rom-com wise, if there was ever a name for like the antagonist of a rom-com, Dukesbury is definitely one of those names. That was the antagonist.
What was crazy too is that because I have a tendency to overshare. I don't know if that was very obvious because sometimes I just I'm very to myself. I don't share very much about myself, obviously. And so I had shared a lot with this guy. I'd even like talked about how I was gonna because the next April was gonna be like the anniversary of like me changing my entire name, and how I was excited about that. And I was gonna do like a Christmas in April because Christmas was my favorite holiday. And he was like talking about how he was really jazzed too, and how his family had like a whole like celebration thing that they did for stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be in love. Like I'm going to be married by the time I'm 25. Oh my
Stella's
gosh,
entire life is flashing before her eyes. She's picking out wedding rings. She's picking out the venue.
It's okay because it worked out the best for me because instead of getting like Stooksbury over there, I got 4 husbands. So, and I got like an awesome family.
The 4 husbands love you back. And also, we love that you switch your name, your last name every once in a while to give each of us a little love.
Yes, it's very loving.
Mariana Macia says, bro, this is an HR nightmare. But you know what? It's your winter wonderland. You deserve it. Stella, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all so much.
Talk soon. Later,
Bye,
Stella.
Stella.
See you in the stream.
Thank you so much.
And
We love you, Stella.
is where that stream ends.
Wow.
We are at the end. Stella, shout out for an amazing story. Also, Stella's one of the OGs, so
We have a couple
show
donuts.
her a bunch of love. We got a couple donuts.
Show
dude.
all the love on earth to Stella for calling in and tell us about.
And it's not an easy
Pukesbury.
thing to call in on a show with hundreds of people watching.
It's
So
not,
shout out to Stella for
you
that
did
bravery.
stellar.
Stellar.
Stella did Stella.
But to close us out, JHL Moran, thanks for the $15 with a little heart. Nino Chika Reyes.
No. Dakota had it right. She said it. You said it.
Ninochka Reyes.
Ninochka Reyes, thanks for the $10. Okay, yes, you did say my name right. I freaking love that. And oops, I meant to subscribe. Haha. But I go by Nikki.
All right, Nikki.
Kristen, thanks for the $5. We appreciate you. And Tomlet, member for 9 months. I started watching a year ago, I think. I remember Tomlet. It was still green screen days. And right after I started watching, Sophia joined. Thanks. Yes. Good old green screen days. That is that's an OG reference. But
Back in the dizzy.
that is where this stream ends. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.